What's up, sports fans? It's your man D back, speaking man sports talk. All right, check it out. We got 147 in the heavyweight division today. So, guys, this is the final part of this series, part 5. I saved the best 2 for last. Of course, that's how I look at it, the best 2 for last. Joshua Lil John in the building. What's good with you, brother? Intangible boxing news. What's good? What's good? Maybe not. It just all depends. I did put the notifications out. Who knows, man? Who knows? You never can tell. When you start talking about the heavyweights and the welterweights, get all kind of weirdos to come out. You know what I mean? Intangible. J. Kyle, what's good with you, J. Kyle? What's up, brother? Joshua said the 2 divisions I don't think are very hard. Well, yes and no. We shall see. You will be surprised, Joshua. Watch, I'm telling you, today is going to be really interesting. Boxing monster in the building. What's up, G-Man? What's good with you, G-Man? Oh, shit. Excuse me, I had to take that out. Take that out for a second so y'all don't hear me chewing all in the mic. Mr. Popo, what's good? What's good with you, fam? Appreciate you. All right, guys. So today we're talking welterweight division. I think both divisions are going to take a little while because, to tell you the truth, Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford and all of that talk, and then Anthony Joshua, Wilder, and these guys is probably the most banter in boxing right now is between these divisions. You know what I mean? So pretty sure when we get people in here, and I'm gonna hold off just a little bit. Kind of talk about these fights going on this weekend until we get some people in here to jump on the panel with this one. But look, Demetrius Andre and Leon Williams, the more I'm going around, the more I'm hearing people saying that they believe Demetrius Andre can be beaten by Leon Williams. I don't believe a lot of people felt that way in the beginning. Eho in the building, what's good with you? Yeah, what up, Jack? Joshua said, I'm mad I missed that discussion on Keith Thurman this morning. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Keith Thurman. Well, it was just, what is he going to do? Because Keith wants a certain amount of money, and he's not going to get that with the fighters that's not the champions. Problem is, he's not going to get a title shot either. So what is he going to do? There's interesting fights for Keith Thurman, like Virgil Ortiz or Jerron in his boots. Now, will that demand the money? Maybe for Virgil. Jerron doesn't really have much of a name yet, but will they be able to pay Keith Thurman? So that's the thing with Keith Thurman. Like, it all depends on what Keith Thurman going to do, because what Keith Thurman wants, boxing may not be able to give Keith Thurman what he wants right now. His stock don't demand it, Joshua. Just getting off of work, Mr. Popo. Okay. Boxing Monster said 147 Spence, Crawford, and Pac-Man. Ortiz is 1 year away. Spence, Crawford, Pacquiao. Yeah, well, Pacquiao did beat Thurman, so got a good point there. I can see it, Andre will outbox William for a clear decision win. A clear? You say you can't see it? Well, we get ready to find out this weekend, Jed. That's for sure. Adrian Broner and Keith Thurman. I don't know, man. I mean, that's definitely a money fight. That's two guys that's been on pay-per-view. As two guys, I pretty much think there's going to be some people that's going to support both fan bases and pay for that. So that's definitely a pay-per-view fight, Joshua. He might have to settle for something like that. Because again, he's not going to fight. Thurman's not going to get in there with Virgil or Ennis. There's too much risk, no reward. Adrian Broner, that's a different story. Both of them lost to Pacquiao. You know? Yeah, maybe. Maybe Joshua. Thurman's inactivity scares the hell out of me yeah. Or Virgil. Heavyweight number 1, Fury. Number 2, Joshua. Number 3, Dillian White. Oh, just threw Wild out of there, huh? Yeah, White did get a big win over Povetkin, though, so I can't blame you there, Jet. I can see it, I meant. Oh, you said I can see it. Oh, okay. I got you. Rolling with the punches in the building. What's good? What's up? What's good? You said I'm a clean house. I'll be listening. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah. Yeah, right. When I read that, you heard that rolling with the punches. So am I. So am I, brother. Let me see. El Primo in the building. What's good? Jack Cal said Andre will school Williams, who is a domestic level, a decent domestic level fighter, but not world class. We'll have to see, bro. We'll have to see. So, all right. So okay. Welterweight. Of course, I'll start with Spence and these guys. I'm not gonna start with the big boys. Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury. We already got somebody, Jed Kyle put Dillian White there where we already got a difference because I'm definitely not convinced of old Dillian White. I'm not. All right, guys. So at the 147-pound division, here's how it looks. WBO champ, as we all know, is Terrence Crawford. WBC and IBF champ is my guy Errol the Truth Spence, and then your Dennis Ugas was elevated to the WBA champ, super champ, and Manny Pacquiao, however, is still in recess, which is an interesting situation there. So Manny Pacquiao's in recess. You got Jamal James as the WBA regular, and Virgil Ortiz is the WBA gold champion. So the WBA is sitting with 4 champions right now. All of those guys are going to be relevant to this conversation today. Now, down the guys that are ranked and the guys that will be talked about, I'm pretty sure in this conversation, you got Sean Porter, Mikey Garcia is actually at 147, Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, David Avanesian, Sergey Lipinets, who just lost to Jaron in his boots, Castillo Clayton, Egidius Calvialaskis, Kudrotilo Abdukakharov, I think. Probably all of the guys that will even be mentioned in this conversation. I don't think it should extend any further than that. Let me see. Jay Kyle says Andre will school. Oh, okay, I read that already. Yeah. I don't know, Jed. I don't know. Think Wilder would beat White, but hasn't done anything lately, making excuses. Yeah. Plus, White did just come off that Povetkin win, so that's why even like just the fact that he just came off that Povetkin win, Jet Kyle. That's why I was willing to accept that right away, because Wilder had fought in a while and he just beat Povetkin. You know, he lost and won versus Povetkin, and Wilder hadn't fought. So definitely gives Dillian White's edge up concerning ring rust and all of that. Wilder not beating White, bro. I'm not sure about that. I think White beats Wilder too. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people do. Bud, the most overrated dude ever. Terrence Crawford. Oh wow. Ortiz, Spence, Crawford. That's Ball Hype's 147. Okay, I see you, Ball Hype. Yeah, let me drop this link, man, just in case somebody want to come up for when we get this started. Jed, Kyle said, very heavyweight. Either way, I have him ranked higher than Wilder. Yeah, well, I don't know. Ennis, Ortiz, Crawford, Spence. It's only the top three. So you will have to take Crawford. Yeah, there you go, GH. See, you've been watching, brother. You have to take either Crawford, Spence, Ortiz, or Ennis, one of them out. Definitely, probably not Crawford or Spence. So, yeah, you have to adjust that. EO Park says Spence, Crawford, Porter, heavyweight, Joshua, Fury, White. Pac and Wilder are out because they've been inactive and questionable. Okay, yeah, I can respect that. EO. Can respect that all day. Spence, Bud, Pac, AJ, Fury, Wilder. Okay, that's the easiest one by far. All right. I don't think so. And Wilder hasn't bounced back from his loss yet. I could easily see Wilder replacing White on that list. But personally, I have White on that list. Yeah. I think Sean Porter, everybody's going to have Spence and Crawford. That's for sure. I think Manny Pacquiao is getting up there, man. Time's ticking away. Next fight he take, especially if it's Bud Crawford, he's probably going to lose that one out. I think Sean Porter is the number 3 guy. Hell, some people feel like he beat Errol Spence. Me not being one of them, but there are people who feel like Sean Porter won that fight with Errol Spence. And clearly, I don't think there's too many people picking Pacquiao over Spence nor Crawford. And Porter, to me, is right there. Crawford's best test outside of Spence at 147, in my opinion, is Sean Porter. I don't think it is Manny Pacquiao. I think his toughest competition would be Sean Porter outside of Errol Spence. Potentially Keith Thurman, but Keith is somewhat a slight of himself, so I'm not too sure. I see a lot of people picking Pacquiao, and I think Pacquiao gets it because of his grit, his iron, his popularity. But, you know, Pacquiao, man, I'm not sure. I'm just not too sure. And I think somebody said Pacquiao and Wilder were out because of their lack of activity. Right, Eho. So I agree with Eho here, with Porter being the 3rd guy, Pacquiao out. He said he has Pacquiao out because of his lack of activity. Me, I see it a little different. That does play a part of it, and because Manny Pacquiao's older, he's no spring chicken. You know, one of the oldest guys boxing right now. And when you look at that, man, that matters with these young guys that are boxing right now. Spence, Crawford, Porter, you know, even a rematch with Thurman, even Danny Garcia, Mikey Garcia. Well, Mikey's been off for a while too. But, you know, these guys have 10 10 years, almost 10 years or more his junior. So that definitely matters. Not to mention the wear and tear that's been placed upon Manny Pacquiao. He's had a lot of wars in this sport. He's fought a lot of fights. Um, and so it's kind of hard for me to keep him up there because of that punishment, because of what he sustained, and because he's been out of the ring so long. And to be perfectly honest, I think he has a terribly tough fight with Sean Porter. Who doesn't have a tough fight with Sean Porter? Now you're talking about an older Manny Pacquiao. I have to put Sean Porter in that number 3 spot. You guys know I don't really give any particular order, and I would be remiss to give a particular order in this division anyway, since Crawford and Spence hadn't gotten the ring with each other. I look at those two guys as I look at Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, 1A, 1B type thing, where I can't really assess which one of these guys are better than each other until they get in the ring and fight. Which the whole time we've been doing this, I haven't really given any particular order anyway. Eho Park said that Wilder hasn't bounced back from his loss yet. I could easily see Wilder replacing White on the list, but I personally have White on the list. Yeah, if Wilder was to beat a Charles Martin, I say he's comfortably back over White. That's just in my eyes. I'm not convinced of Dillian White. Heavyweight list: AJ Fury, Usyk. Okay, they're Triple D. If he beats Triple D, well. Okay, Joshua, I can see that, but with Usyk, I would say you got a little more to prove for me. I get it. You got confidence in Usyk. You feel comfortable with him, but he got a little bit more to prove to me. Spence Crawford, then Ortiz, Joshua, Fury, White. Spence Crawford and Ortiz, then Joshua, Fury, White. So Ortiz over Porter and Pacquiao, Thurman, Danny Garcia, Jabron in his boots. Okay, you got a lot of faith in Virgil Ortiz. I can see that. Keisha Alexander, what's good with your brother? What's up? Oh, shit, I forgot about the football player, fam. Yeah, Sean Porter, man. Sean Porter, I got to put Porter number 3. That was my top 3, D. Spence Crawford, Porter. Yeah, Jed. Yeah, no doubt. I got Porter, too. Sean Porter lost to Spence and should have lost to you guys, but top 3. Well, Sean Porter beat you guys. So what you believe he should have lost to you guys is just your opinion, Boxing Monster. The judges said he beat your Dennis you guys. There are a lot of people that believe Sean Porter lost to Spence, which I just explained. Now, here it is. You believe he should have lost to you guys. However, there are a lot of people that believe Spence should have lost to Porter. So it just says what you believe, Monster, is only what you believe. The judge's scorecard says otherwise. And he lost to Spence, who is clearly 1A, 1B. So it's like he lost to the best guy, which is why I have Wilder still up there at number 3, because he lost to the best guy. Stop being biased, Monster. Stop it. No, you the casual. You. I think Pac has a fight left. I take him off my list. Yeah. Yeah, he's up there, man. A little long in the tooth there, Andre. Best at 147, Crawford, in my opinion, if was the PBC. Well, it's the best 3, Mandel Solo. So would be Crawford, and you got to stick 2 more in there. So the whole series, man, we can't change it for one division, man, though. Ugas Porter have gone either way. Yeah, it could have, man. It was a close fight. Hell, Spencer and Porter could have went either way, really. It was a close fight. I mean, I had it 8-4 comfortably with a swing round. So I had Spence winning, but a lot of people felt like it was closer than that. 8-4, I ain't going to argue. I don't think it was a robbery, I tell you that much. It was to replace Pac on my list, it would be Thurman. Yeah, well, that would be kind of hard, though, Joshua, because he beat Keith Thurman. So that's the thing. Like, he lost to Pacquiao. So that would be kind of tough. He lost, went down, but the PBC helped him. Oh, man, please, cut it out, bro. That was a slip. That was water. Go look at it. It's water right under his foot, Boxing Monster. You can see it, dark spot on the ring. Porter always in close fight. Thurman, Spence, Garcia. Only guy who really clearly beat him was Brook.
Yeah, right. Kell Brook was the only one who you could say that was a clear win. He's been rough and tumble with everyone else. The whole Ugas, he sealed the deal with that knockdown, in my opinion. It wasn't a knockdown, it was a slip. Porter's a football player boxing, yeah. Ball Hype said, remember we agreed inactivity knock you down a couple of steps. That's pound for pound list. Who you feel the best is different, Ball Hype. Pound for pound list is pound for pound what guy you think. Pound for pound list is not all the time who somebody think is better. It's a lot of people that they feel fighters should be on the pound for pound list. They just haven't fought the right guys yet. So that's why pound for pound list is so subjective. Ball Hype is different criteria. Anyway, Ashton Steele in the building was good. He said, just showing love, hitting the like button. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Jack Kyle said, yeah, I always thought Porter was an average fighter, but he kept proving me wrong. He sure is effective. Yeah, he is, man. He is. He's better than a lot of people give him credit for. Heavyweight is Fury, AJ Wilder. Yeah, I agree with that one. Man, though, that's my top three. Usyk ain't done enough at heavyweight. Yeah, I think he got a little more to prove, but I mean, you got people saying Jaron in his boots and Virgil Ortiz are in the top three of welterweight, Jet. So if Virgil Ortiz and Jaron in his boots could be at the top three of welterweight, then Usyk can be at the top three of heavyweight. You know, I pick Usyk to be different from everyone picking White. Yeah, that's cool. Sleeping on Andy Ruiz too. Dude in shape right now. Yeah, you gotta see what he does. He could potentially be that top three guy too. It's not, Wilder, Fury, White, AJ Ruiz. Those guys, they can all, I think Fury and AJ have to be considered the best, but then you can kind of mix up White, Ruiz, and Wilder, depending on your point of view on it. Those three guys can probably be interchangeable. Wilder got exposed. He got beat by Fury, the number one guy. So can't. I mean, if the number one guy beats you, how many spots you supposed to go down? If you're number one and two, now let's be logical about this because they were one and two because Joshua wasn't a champion at the time, right? He had lost his belt to Ruiz. So if you're number one or two, wherever you want to place them, and to be perfectly honest about it, GH, Wilder was ranked number one. Fury was ranked number two. Wilder was ranked number one. So if he got beaten by the number two guy, and that's it, how many spots do you put him down? He got beat by the number two guy. Well, you gonna drop him down to 9? It's not like he got beat by one of these guys at a lower level. They were 1 and 2. That's how lineal was established. So you can't drop Wilder, but so many spots logically. I'm a fan of White, no doubt, but I've always given an answer to stand out. Yeah, he don't. Because he don't. He don't. That's why. Fish in the building. AJ White, Joyce, Slow Joe in there. Okay. Fury's got a suspect chin. Hey, that's okay. AJ White and Joe Joyce. Fish, you done bumped your damn head, man, to leave Tyson Fury out of the top three. You got White and Joe Joyce over Fury, man. Fish sipping. He's sipping, guys. He's sipping on some sauce right now. White, my dark horse, and they have it. Yeah, White is a lot of people dark horse, but Slow Joe, my dark horse. I like Slow Joe. Wilder hasn't done enough at heavyweight to be considered top three. Yeah, he only reigned as a champion for a while, monster. That's all. Knocked everybody out besides Fury. Yeah, he hadn't done enough. That's absolute crap, man. What y'all talking right now? That's Wilder hate. Wilder fanboys, like I'm not even a fan of Wilder. That's a silly can't be a fanboy. You gotta be a fan first to be a fanboy. If Usyk beats Joyce in good fashion, then I can see him being up there. Yeah, he ain't gonna beat Joyce in good fashion. He's gonna get stopped by Joe Joyce in the 10th round. That's it. Wilder was never one or two. Yeah, whatever, monster. Wilder was number one, dumbass, especially when Anthony Joshua lost to Andy Ruiz. You don't know what you're talking about. Casual statement. Wilder was never one or two. This ain't the boxing monster rankings. This is boxing rankings, not boxing monster rankings. Ranked in being that's why we having this conversation, Fish. Who's your best three guys? That's what I was just telling Ball Hype earlier. Rank and being the best is a different thing. Exactly, Fish. I do agree with that. You guys have remember G. Jeffrey came under, man, whatever, bro. Wilder is Dillian White's never been a champion. What you gotta say about that? Wilder's been a champion. AJ Fury still got Wilder 3. Yeah, Gabe, you thinking on the right level, reasonably. Boxing Monsters gone crazy right now, and Fish is drinking on some sauce, not having Fury up there. I think Joseph Parker could make a strong case for 3. Man, you coming off some obscure shit, Joshua Lewis, John. Joseph Parker just went tooth and nails with Junior 5, fam. I don't think that qualifies you for top 3 heavyweights. I'm sorry. Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Dillian White, and Andy Ruiz are going to fucking beat the shit out of Junior 5. Come on, bro. I cannot put Joseph Parker. You went way left field with that one, Joshua. Way left field, bro. Joe to beat Usyk. Damn right, G-Man. That's right. 10th round stoppage. I'm calling it. Slow Joe. He gonna put Usyk away. It's gonna be too much, man. Usyk ain't gonna be able to deal with it. This ain't the WSB, buddy. You is on. Fury, AJ, Wilder, Ruiz 50-50. Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. No, I'm playing. Yeah, Wilder, Ruiz 50-50. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Wilder, Ruiz 50-50, but that's a cop-out, Raider. You gotta pick one. It's only 3. It ain't no tie for 3rd place, man. You gotta pick one. No copping out. No, you want to throw Ruiz up in there. When PBC held 4 sanctioning body belts, fun times. Yeah, they gonna keep them in there floating around with meaningless fights. Bro, Ruiz beat Parker in his own hometown and got robbed on the decision. Yeah, man, you can't count robberies. See, you count robberies when you want to count robberies. Spence got robbed. Porter got robbed with Ugas, didn't get robbed with Spence. But there's some people that feel like he got robbed with Spence. He should have won that fight. So, GGG, Canelo, robbery. Man, you got to go what's in the books. What is in the books is what matters. In the books at heavyweight. All right, Virtuoso. I don't remember if I had Wilder one after Ruiz or Ruiz won. Oh, I don't know, but I don't know. A lot of people. Ruiz had more belts, but he had won them all off of Joshua. He hadn't defended. First time being the champion. I think Wilder was ranked. I'm not thinking. Wilder was ranked the number 1 heavyweight, and if I'm not mistaken, well, Fury was the lineal. Or, so he said either way they established lineal, so you would imagine ranked number 1 and 2. Fury, Wilder, AJ, White, Joyce, Chisora, Parker, Ruiz. Kangaroo Jack, it's the top 3. That's a lot of names. Now you got to narrow that down to the top 3. Damn, ain't nobody else going to extreme left. Leave it to me, bro. Joseph Parker just a hard one for me, man. That fight with Junior 5 was lackluster. And he lost to Andy Ruiz, which someone mentioned. But he won that fight, so he do have Andy on his resume. However, man, Joseph Parker, the Leopold 5, the Leopold fight, he didn't do good there. Junior 5, he didn't do good, and not great in that fight. So I don't know, man. Joseph Parker, you gotta beat these lower level guys up pretty convincingly. You can't be going tooth and nails with those guys if you're gonna be considered one of the top guys. Spence Crawford, there you go again, man, copping out with that soft shit, Raider. Come on with that softness, man. You gotta pick a guy. Ain't no Pacquiao Porter. Try not to be offensive and piss nobody off. I know how it goes, Raider. Cut it out. Pick a man. You gotta pick Porter or Pacquiao. You gotta pick Ruiz or Wilder. Start with the playing the fence. You don't want to be considered biased, Raider. Oh man, how many people still put in Pac-Man as the top three? A lot of people. I mean, he was just a champion. He didn't lose the belt. He got stripped, so he deserves to be there. He beat Keith Thurman. If that's their people opinion, I don't. I won't put him there. I got to put Porter over top of him, but at the same time, uh, top right. Now I say Fury, AJ, and Joyce. Kangaroo Jack. Another one, Slow Joe in the building. What's up? What's up, MMA champ? All right, so who you got here? The link is in the chat, guys. I see all you guys. Spence, Ennis, and Crawford. G. Jeffries picked Thurman to beat Pacquiao. You a lie. You MMA. What's all that fucking noise, bro? You're a lie boxing monster. I was one of the first people that told everybody to go win some money. And plus, I got receipts, monster. So cut out your lies, bro. I said Thurman was once upon a time Thurman. He didn't look good in the Josecito Lopez fight. He was going to lose that fight to Manny Pacquiao. I was telling everybody to go bet Manny Pacquiao if they want to win some money. And that was before the odds changed. So anyway, cut that shit out, monster. I know that sets you off. What sets me off? What sets me off? What, Ennis? No, I don't. Somebody had Virgil up there, bro. Virgil number 3. It don't. People have Pacquiao. I think Porter's number 3. So it don't really set me off. I just think that the IBF doesn't agree with that because Porter is ranked above Ennis, and as he should be. Ennis beat Sergey Lipinets. That's it. I can't I can't rate him but so high or rank him but so high off of merely a Sergey Lipinets win. That's his entire career, a Sergey Lipinets win. So Abreu is probably his best win prior to that, which that's a B minus level fighter at best. So I can't give Ennis but so much credit. It doesn't set me off if that's what you think. Because I don't think it's Virgil Ennis or Pacquiao. I think it's Sean Porter. So I wouldn't get any. Doesn't bother me any different from Virgil being put there or Pacquiao being put there. Kangaroo Jack, what's up, brother?
How are we? How are we?
What's going on? Who
Yeah,
you
the
got as
top.
your top 3 guys at 147?
Wow, 147. I don't really do much about 147, but top three heavyweights. Um, Obviously the one
All right.
and
Well,
two.
hold on, then Kangaroo Jack, because we just got to go over the division. You can hang out, but I've been, this is the 5th part, bro. We on part 5. We've been doing this since last Friday, so we're gonna start with 147. You can hang out. I mean, you don't really got to speak on that,
I
but we're gonna
got
start with 147 and then move to the heavyweight division. Go ahead, MMA champ. You know how it work. 147. Who you got? Break it
okay.
down. Why you got them?
I got Crawford number 1. You already know. I got Spence number 2, and I got Pacquiao number 3. Now, I got Crawford number 1 because he is WBO champion. I mean, he's every guy he's fought at 147, he's knocked them out. And also, he beat Jeff Horn, he'll beat Pacquiao. Okay, who beat Pacquiao? And also the reason why I got spent, and also every accomplishment Crawford has got, we already know. That's why I also put him number 1, and then Spence is number 2. He's unified champion. He beat Sean Porter. I don't really rate the Mikey win, but I'll still give it to him because Mikey, he is a multiple division champ, etc., etc. And then I have to give Pacquiao number 3. He hasn't really been doing much now, but we already know Pacquiao's resume and his accomplishments. It doesn't even need to be explained. But yeah, bro.
Yeah. Hashman, what's up, Hashman?
What's up? What's up? How's it
Uh,
going?
good, bro. Good. Who you got at 147? Your top 3 guys. Give us a little bit of reason why you got those guys.
I've got Spence at number 1. I've got Crawford at number 2, and I've got Pacquiao at number 3.
All right, you gonna break down why you got it that way? You gonna give us a little bit?
Just sticking to
Boy.
what the criteria is at 147. I just think Spence he's fought the better competition, and he's the unified champion. So he's held his whole two of the 4 belts. And yeah, man, just fought the better competition at the moment. But obviously, everyone knows that I believe Crawford's the best at
Right.
147.
Yeah.
I believe he beats him. But rankings wise, I have to put Spence at number 1. Unless when Pacquiao fights, if Crawford fights Pacquiao, who's the number 3 out of the 3 guys, then Crawford's going number 1 straight away.
Right. Yeah, that's respectable. Uh, IBT, what's up, brother? What you got for us? 147-pound division.
Yo, D, what's up? I see that with this series, you've decided to save the worst for last by having it welterweight and heavyweight, right? So
Yeah.
I'll spare you the nitty gritty details. I think I've got Errol number 1, Errol Spence. I've got Crawford number 2, and even though he's geriatric like G. Jeffries, I've got Manny Pacquiao number 3. Still has the best win of recent years in anyone in the division.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Intangible, what's up, brother? What you got for us at 147?
Spence 1, Crawford 2, and Porter 3.
All right, Intangible, you know how this work. Give us something. Is there anything more ghetto than not changing?
Well, why not?
Damn track. All right.
I suppose I guess the reason why I don't have Pacquiao on there is because I'm deducting him points for inactivity, whereas the rest of the guys actually fought last year. So
Right.
And he doesn't have a world title anymore, so that's also can't be. He also can't be credited with that. So.
Right. Battle rifle. Who your top 3 at 147?
How y'all doing? For me, I got Spence number 1, Crawford number 2, and Pacquiao number 3. Intangible, that was a horrible list. You need to do better.
Fact.
Oh, sorry.
Well,
Yeah, I'm messing with you, man.
I have Spence number 1. No, I'm playing. I don't give no order, bro. I got Spence, Crawford, and Porter in the top 3. I can't put Pacquiao in that top 3 because I think it's any given day with Pacquiao, and with Keith Thurman, you don't have that knockdown. We could be singing a different story about Pacquiao. That was a really close fight. Keith Thurman got up and showed a good account of himself for that fight. Pacquiao over the hill, man. He got a lot of wear and tear on him. I mean, Pacquiao is great. Don't get me wrong, but he's going downhill, man. And I can't see him I can't see Pacquiao putting up that type of rugged fight with Sean Porter that Spence put on. Not at this stage in his career. Pacquiao has shown us that grit and that shit back in the day, but this is right now. Spence and MMA champ, can it? Chill. Spence and Crawford and Porter and these guys are in their prime, bro. These guys are a different monster. I'm not confident, and people are saying that they're not confident in Joshua Fury because Hearn ain't making an announcement and it's supposed to be coming around in June. Well, let's flip to this Crawford Manny Pacquiao thing. This is another fight that's supposed to be coming around in June. We're not talking about 500 million. We're talking only 50 million. So if boxing is going to let a fight slide through their fingers, it damn sure ain't going to be a $500 million fight, which is this heavyweight thing. But with this Terrence Crawford and Pacquiao situation. If you guys are so on the edge because you ain't heard shit from Hearn, the last thing that was just said, which was earlier this morning, was that fight's not even in negotiations yet with Pacquiao and Crawford. They're still in talks. So if you guys are worried about Joshua and Fury and thinking that boxing's going to let all of that money slide through, what you should really be worried about is Pacquiao and Crawford really going to happen. Because if he doesn't get that fight with Manny Pacquiao, this tears up a whole lot of things with Crawford, and we'll never get that Errol Spence and Crawford fight. I'll tell you that right now. If he don't get Pacquiao, we never get that fight because Crawford's not going to take what they want to offer without him having stock like a Pacquiao fight behind him.
I think Bob Arum just tries to get his what's the name? His fighters more relevant using Pacquiao's name. I don't really think he's going to fight Pacquiao.
Well, I don't know. It's not even in negotiations yet. I mean,
one thing I'll say.
Go ahead, Hashman.
Yeah, one thing I'll say about Crawford is if you realize, for some reason, these top ranked fights, they're always announced very late. Like the Teofimo Lopez and the Lomachenko fight was announced a month before the fight. Crawford, they fought Brook, that was like 3 weeks. They announced the fight 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, but they were in negotiations though.
Yeah, I agree, but maybe
this fight's not even in negotiations yet. That's the problem.
I think he's gone quiet, but I think there's maybe we're gonna hear an announcement maybe in the next 2 weeks. Probably something that's happening because there's a pay-per-view fight, and there's only 2 guys that can worthy of pay-per-view that I can think of is Porter and Pacquiao. So I'm still confident. I'm still confident
that will make money.
Yeah, I'm still confident that them 2 fights. Maybe I'm more confident Porter might get the fight.
Porter?
Yeah.
Porter's not in June. It's not going to happen. The reason Porter's out for June because he just had the COVID situation. It's not even enough time for him to quarantine.
Yeah, I know. But
okay, I know what. Look, Hashman. Porter's not coming to no Crawford fight full 100. If he's not 100%, it's too close coming off of this damn COVID shit. What Bo McIntyre, Bo Mac and Arum are talking about is Crawford is going to fight in June in the Middle East. That marks Porter out, bro. He's not going to get ready that soon coming off of COVID to fight a damn Terrence Crawford in June. That ain't going to happen. What they're saying is it's going to be June, right? This is the thing. They're saying that it's going to be June, but they don't even have a definite of who the opponent is yet. That's the situation, but it's definitely going to be Crawford fighting in June. So that pretty much marks Porter out of it. Porter ain't going to be able to get ready by June. He might be in camp training now, trying to get back, but he's just coming off of COVID. I doubt that he did that, bro.
That was 3.5 weeks ago.
All right, man. You'll see. I doubt it.
And I was just thinking about this. Isn't Adrian Fury supposed to be in June? I don't think we're going to get that lucky. Crawford and Pacquiao and Adrian Fury both in June. I don't think we're going to get that lucky, man.
I don't even really think that's too much luck for it to be when we start talking about Crawford and Pacquiao, because Crawford and Pacquiao is a big fight for Crawford. That's not the biggest fight at the welterweight division. The biggest fight at the welterweight division is Crawford Spence for 4-belt undisputed. So you're essentially talking about the biggest fight in boxing versus a Crawford Pacquiao. It's not even on the same level, bro. It's a fight that a lot of us want to see, but what's the ultimate goal at 147 undisputed, which is going to come in the form of whoever with all that noise, bro. Put yourself on mute. But that's going to come in the form of Crawford and Spence, not Crawford and Pacquiao. So it's a big fight, but it ain't really that big a deal where it's causing or would draw any attention. Not even nonetheless attention away from AJ Fury. Even if it is Pacquiao, it's not going to draw attention from that fight.
Pacquiao is a bigger
hold on. Raider hasn't given his Raider hasn't given his thoughts on this. Raider 147, what's up, fam?
What's up? Buenas tardes to everybody on the panel and on the chat, man. How's it going? Good afternoon. It's cracking. I have Spence number 1. I got Crawford number 2 for obvious reasons. I think it flip flop from 1 to 2, but I have it that way. The one that it's kind of hard for me is number 3, which is I have either Porter or Pacquiao. Um, that's a hard one because fucking I think Sean Porter probably has the best resume in the welterweight. He fought Errol Spence, Ugas, Danny Garcia, Granados, Keith Thurman, Adrian Broner, Kell Brook. I mean, that's fucking crazy. You know what I mean? He's fought everybody there, and he came out. He lost 3 of them against Spence and Thurman and Kell Brook, but those were like they went to decision and they were real close. So he could have even won those. That's very impressive for Sean Porter. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao. I mean, he just came out. He just came off a big win against Keith Thurman. He won the belt. He has also a pretty good resume. Not the best one, but at welterweight he's fought Broner there, Matisse, Horn, Jesse Vargas, Bradley. He fought Floyd there too, Brandon Rios, Marquez. I mean, he also has a good one there too. So it's kind of hard, but I'm gonna go. But Pacquiao hasn't fought lately. He's been off of for a while, hasn't fought at 147. But um, I don't know, man. I'm probably gonna go Pacquiao, just because I think he's a better fighter right now than Porter. So I'm gonna edge it out, fucking barely to Pacquiao.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. It's nothing wrong with that. Um. Okay. So here's the part of this where your number one guy, IBT, your number one guy was Crawford or Spence?
Hell no, bro. It was Spence.
Take Spence. He moves to 154. I guess it's kind of easy to say that Crawford takes over that division, no? Or is it that
Nah.
easy that Crawford takes over that division? Because I have some other ideas in mind that might actually upset some people. But okay, so Spence is removed. Who takes over that division, IBT?
It would have to be Virgil Ortiz and Jerron Boots Ennis. That's what I think.
No, it's got to be one or the other.
Yeah, it'd be one of the. That's what I said.
So who you pick?
I'm not picking anybody, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what the question is, fucker. You gonna try to come halfway down the middle and shit.
Well, you see, G. Jeffries, there are 4 titles, so they could both be, top guys. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who.
Stop being
I don't know
soft.
who
Stop being soft. Make a decision. Pick a guy. You've been doing it all week.
Sheesh. I'll pick Ennis stylistically. Just on yeah. I think both guys will actually probably move up around the same time as Spence does, though.
Probably could be because they want. I mean, you gotta think when Spence go, and then especially when he beats Terrence Crawford, that's the prize. It's going to be Errol Spence. It's not even going to be a prize at 47 anymore. So
D. Jefferson, you are delusional.
Definitely.
Hey, D, let me answer that because I gotta bounce. I gotta work.
All right, go ahead.
That's a hard one too. Virgil Ortiz and Boots. One of them I think Boots has more tools, but I think he hasn't shown enough yet. One fight against Lipinets, which was a good performance. I don't think it's enough. Virgil Ortiz hasn't really fought an elite guy yet, but he's fought the better competition opposed to Ennis. He's proven a little more than Ennis, even though Ennis passes the eye test, right? But that's why I'm gonna give it to Virgil. I think he's gonna take over. But even though, I mean, just like Vampiro said, those guys are big and they're probably gonna move to 154 right away. I don't see those guys there more than another year, 2 fights, 3 fights. They're gonna move up. I think they're waiting for a title shot, And if they get one, I'm pretty sure they might move up depending on the paydays or whatnot. But I think that's what they're waiting for. They're waiting for that title shot. That's why they haven't moved up yet. But that's what I'm picking, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you. Peace out,
Yep,
my boy.
so Raider, have a good one.
All right. Okay. Well, battle rifle. Who was your top guy at 147?
I picked Spence for now.
So Spence moves to 154. Who takes over 147?
Is this hypothetically after he fights Crawford?
This is just
Yeah, after
moved
he
up.
beats Crawford and goes undisputed and moves up
That's
to
not
154.
happening though, man.
Yeah. Well, honest to God, I thought you meant the first scenario, which is he just moves up. I don't think he beats Crawford, but if we just send off the out chance that he does beat Crawford, I probably have to say Crawford if he doesn't get like knocked out or anything.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you like this, bro. I think that a lot of people are delusional about this division. I would just say that.
G please. You
No,
are delusional,
listen,
bro.
man, listen. It's just this simple. Errol
G,
Spence
they are
is going
never
to
fighting.
hold on. Errol Spence is going to beat up Terrence Crawford and then go 154. Now, even if they don't fight, even if he just goes to 154, that would be suffice as well. Intangible, who did you have as your top guy?
Spence. And if he were to leave, to be honest, I don't really see much of a future for this division. You know, if you just look at this division and really the rest of boxing, bantamweight especially, obviously you can blame Crawford all you want, and he does deserve some blame. But to an extent, yes, the PBC is going to freeze. Is going to freeze him out. If Boots Ennis is to sign with them, I don't see Crawford fighting him. So, and even him fighting Virgil Ortiz, he doesn't seem to be too excited about doing so. And this shows up even with Inoue at 118. He's one of the most ducked fighters in all of boxing right now, with the PBC freezing him out. Now, if you look at this particular weight class, I'll go with Jaron Ennis, since I've been big on him for a very long time now. Phenomenal fighter and talent. And the Lipinets fight further reinforced that.
All right. Well, of course, y'all know Spence. Errol, the truth, Spence is my guy. We all know that. And when he goes to 154, because he's going to make that move. When he goes to 154, I could see Jaron in his boots. I don't think that they're going to move as quickly as people think they are. I think, well, I don't know. Virgil might. That's why I'm saying Jaron in his boot. Virgil may move, but Jaron, I think he's going to try to get some hardware there, especially if those belts get relinquished, because he's still young. He's young as hell. I think like 24. So he's got time. And I think he's going to get some hardware there. And I don't think anybody can beat him outside of Spence Crawford. Virgil is an enigma. Which one of those two could beat each other right now? You know, I would have them 50-50, but I don't think that Thurman or Porter or Jamal James or, none of these guys coming up right now are going to have what it takes to beat these guys. So I would say Jaron in his boots, because I really believe Virgil would probably end up taking off potentially right around when Spence takes off. Maybe even before Spence takes off, if Spence messes around with this Crawford fight and this marination and this nonsense that they're doing, no telling. But Virgil's gonna be gone. It's sort of like a Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney situation, where Teofimo Lopez is gonna be moving soon. I feel like that's Virgil, and Jaron in his boots is more like Haney, where he can hang around down there at that weight class a little bit longer and get some things done. Like Haney, I'm pretty sure if Teofimo Lopez moves to 140 without fighting Haney, he wouldn't mind unifying before he moves, right? Instead of just being a WBC champion, maybe go collect a couple of straps or at least one strap and then move. I could see the same thing with Jerron in his boots trying to collect a belt or two down there and then make his move to 140 as a champion already. With Virgil, the politics is pretty much stifling him out of this whole situation. Spence and Crawford and all of that, and they stalling him out. It's going to be harder. It actually, at this point, it would be harder for Virgil to get a title shot than it would Boots, because Boots is really planted in the IBF, which is a good place to be planted in, because if they set you as a mandatory, the champion will be stripped if he doesn't fight you. So Boots is in a really good place as far as the IBF, where Virgil, he locked up with a bullshit sanctioning body that ain't gonna do anything to help him or Golden Boy, and it'll be really a tough route for him to get a title shot with the guys that's holding the title. Nobody, Jerron and his boots is calling for either Keith Thurman, which he ain't gonna get because Keith Thurman ain't gonna take that risk, and Boots ain't worth the risk. He's not worth the money. And then he's calling out your Dennis Ugas, which he must have bumped his damn head, because if he think for any reason the PBC is going to let your Dennis Ugas get away from Errol Spence, Boots done lost his damn mind. They're going to definitely feed Ugas to Errol Spence for that title unification. So, yeah, I say Boots Ennis would take over that division if Spence was to go out of there. That's my opinion on it. But all right. So let's get to this heavyweight division.
Wait, D, I gotta ask.
All right, go ahead.
Why do you have Errol Spence beating Crawford?
Because I've always had Spence beating Crawford. I got a little shaky after that Porter fight. I was like, man, I don't know, man. I think Crawford might beat Spence because of the struggle. But then when I seen Crawford with Brook, although he demolished Brook pieced him up a few rounds in that fight. I was like, wait a minute, man. So, that's why things change fight by fight. At first, like Boxing Monster sent me this stupid text, and then hold on, let me see. I hope the date is on this too. No, the date's not on it. Oh, okay, yeah, he sent me a text from a year ago. Let's say about he knows the sports said that Thurman was going to be Pacquiao. I said, yeah, I would have to agree with you. And I looked at the fight and I said, nope, Pacquiao going to beat him. So you could change your mind on the fight. You know what I mean? But before the odds start changing, before the fight was announced, just when they talked about that fight in talks, that's when he knows the sports put that up. But I changed my mind on it because of Josecito Lopez fight. As soon as I looked at the fight and seen how sloppy Thurman looked, now Josecito Lopez fight, I was like, nah, Manny going to beat him. You know what I mean? Manny going to beat him. I went on Corey Lee boxing. He got the live up. I went on Corey Lee boxing and they was talking about the fight. I said, oh, y'all put y'all money on Manny. I just looked at the fight. Manny going to beat Thurman. So, that's how it goes with these fights, man. I look at Spence Crawford battle rifle as I've always said Spence is going to beat him. Crawford, look, we can say what we want to say about Crawford. His skill, I give him credit for all of that. But Crawford fans try to elude from the fact that he ain't fought the best level of competition at 147. Period. They try to run the Mikey. Fuck talking about Mikey. What about Brook? What about Porter? What about Chris Van Heerden and these bigger guys? And, not just no damn Mikey Garcia. Porter and Brook and those guys were champions. He went over to the UK to fight Brook in his own home. And Brook beat Porter down over there. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. You can discredit one guy's opponents, but you can't go telling me anything. I'll take Mikey Garcia over a damn terrified-ass Khan. Mikey won't scared in that ring. Mikey was outmatched outside in that ring, but he damn sure won't scared. Khan was terrified of damn Crawford. I'll take Mikey Garcia, even though Brook put hands on Crawford. He was drained down to bits. I'll take Mikey Garcia in the fight before that. And then I'll take Sean Porter or Kell Brook over Mean Machine, Jeff Horn, or goddamn Jose Benavidez. So clearly Spence got the better, harder competition than Terrence Crawford at 147. We've seen Crawford face troubles in his career before at lower weights. Neither of these guys are invincible. So Crawford ain't faced that. So at 140, 135, he fought the guys that took him what? To 12 rounds. They talk about Crawford stopped everybody at 145 since he faced him. Because he ain't fought the top guys. Did he stop Victor Postile, which was a top guy at 140? Did he fucking stop him? No, he didn't. He went the distance with Victor Postile. So when you get up in level of competition and you fight the guys that's in higher level of competition, maybe that's easy stoppage don't come. And then the stoppage with Jose Benavidez, who was not considered the top guys at the division, didn't come easy because he barely got the job done. It was 54 seconds left in the damn fight when he stopped him in the 12th round. So I'm not just going to put Crawford over these guys, and he's not fought the top level competition at 147. Because when I seen him running through guys at 142, we all seen him running through guys at 140 also, we seen him running through guys at 140 also. But the problem is, when he got up to a Victor Postile, you understand, that stop streak stopped. That stop streak didn't come because he was fighting a guy at a high level in that weight division, which he has yet to do in the welterweight division. So I got my guy Spence beating Crawford. Just that simple. Spence beats him.
Man, I don't see it, man. He doesn't have a southpaw advantage no more. And when you look at considering the fact that middle of the ring, he's not near as proficient as Crawford is. And Errol Spence offense relies on a lot of blocking and pushing. He likes to get inside and he likes to work his combinations off his blocks.
Yeah, he does have the southpaw advantage. Crawford had to learn to fight in the southpaw style. Spence is a natural southpaw. So to say he doesn't have the southpaw advantage is just silly. You might not think so. That's your
He
opinion. That's fine.
wouldn't if
Hold
Crawford.
on. I was talking. You might not think so. That's fine. That's your opinion. But he has the southpaw advantage. Crawford is able to fight in the southpaw stance, but he's not a southpaw. He's an orthodox fighter that's able to fight in the southpaw stance. Spence is a southpaw fighter. So you can say he don't have the southpaw advantage, but he damn sure ain't got the southpaw disadvantage, if that's what you're alluding to. He's a natural southpaw.
Well, that still would mean he still didn't have the southpaw advantage, D. So either
I
way,
said
it's
if
allude to
you
my
want
point.
to say that, I say you can say that if you want to say that, but I'm not saying that. I'm saying he has the southpaw advantage.
Why would he though? If because he can't set up the same punches he normally can, and he can't set up those same angles. He's fighting another south. He's fighting another guy who can't switch to
Who's more
southpaw.
equipped to fight a southpaw or a guy, an orthodox fighter? It's going to be a southpaw. He understands southpaws more.
No,
He
I wouldn't
understands that
necessarily.
fighting style more.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. A lot of southpaws fight orthodox fighters. A lot of
Yeah,
times
they
when it
do.
comes to yeah, a lot of times when it comes to southpaws, unless you're like in Europe or like Thailand or something like that in Asia, you'll find a lot of people who are righties.
Well, we just gonna have to see this fight, man. I don't think that Gigius Calvillasquez or Benavidez bring to the table what Errol Spence is going to bring to the table, period. Those, in my opinion, were Crawford two toughest fights at 147. And just when you mention those names, Gigius Calvillasquez and Jose Benavidez, I don't see either of those guys beating Spence, not either one of them. So, I mean, yeah, Crawford beat him. Spence will beat him up too. And those two guys are the ones that gave Crawford his toughest fight. Gigi's Calvin Velasquez and Benavidez again. He barely got that job done. He got him out of there, but it was barely late in the 12th round. You know, if you telling me Jose Benavidez is as durable as Errol Spence, nah, I'm gonna say you don't bump your damn head. The dude, he's one of the most durable dudes at 147. This Errol Spence. Punch him in the body, punch him in the head. He keep coming, bro. He ain't been knocked down. He ain't been dropped. He ain't been knocked out. He ain't been stopped. This Errol, the true Spence we talking about. So just gonna have to see this fight, man. Like I said, when Spence take that belt off of Crawford, if they do fight and go full belt undisputed, you know, Crawford could just retire after that. I don't know. He might try to keep fighting. Spence ain't going to give him a rematch. I can guarantee you that. So if that's what people could, you could call him a duck on that shit already. If anybody want to start that narrative, because when that dude beat up Crawford, if they get in that fight, he going right to 154. Ain't gonna be no rematch. Not for no 4-belt undisputed. He been draining down long enough. He should have been at 154. But yeah, what the hell? So anyway, who you got in the heavyweight division? Battle rifle.
Probably AJ number one, Tyson Fury number two. Number three is kind of interchangeable between Wilder and White.
Wilder, yeah, you got to pick one, rifle.
That ain't fair, D. I pick White. Wilder is coming off a loss.
Okay, so Wilder came off a loss and White came off a win. Well, yeah, I got AJ Fury and Wilder. I don't think I just got Wilder still because he only lost to Tyson Fury, and I just don't think none of these other guys beat him. That's it. I never thought White would beat him, and I don't think White will beat him now. I used to think that he would beat Joshua, but Joshua made some very significant improvements in these last two fights. The loss to Ruiz when he came back and won that match, and in Kubrat Pulev fight, there was some improvements you could see in Joshua and the things that he's done to improve his game. I don't pick Wilder over him anymore. But everybody else, Dillian White, see Fury, he's got this elusive style with him. He, has got those feints on that jab, which we could tell that jab in those straights was hurting Wilder, so the feints were going to be effective. Fury has all of that. Then he's got, this head movement and footwork. Dillian White don't have any of that, man. People talk about, he's just going to punch Wilder, pressure Fury showed the blueprint. Man, whatever. Dillian White don't have that. Dillian White head don't get off center line like Fury. Fury met Wilder with a couple of straights and jabs, and Wilder's hand was fully extended, which means he couldn't reach the target. He's going to reach the target on Dillian White. Dillian White's not taller and longer than Wilder. So, Dillian White's not faster than Wilder. So, these guys both go for a shot. What happened with Dillian White when he went for the shot with Povetkin? Povetkin got there first and slept his ass. But Povetkin's not faster than White. He timed his punch better. Now you're talking about a guy who is faster than White and times that right hand very well. Man, I got Deontay Wilder sleeping Dillian White. And I mean, lullaby. That dude is sleep. Trying to tell you, man. Povetkin, we see how Povetkin and Joshua had White on the canvas looking silly in the face. Wilder lost, but man, he was arguing with Bayless, bro. Fuck you mean you throwing a towel? What you doing? He was arguing with Bayless. White was on the damn canvas getting cuddled like a little baby with a fever. Come on, man. You got me messed up, this damn Dillian White. Same thing when Joshua knocked him out. His head went back, boom, he fell into the ropes. Ref went down there, cupped his head, pulled his head. That's a knockout. People say stoppage. Oh, he stopped him. No, it's a different type of stoppage. Well, what Wilder and Povetkin did to Dillian White is a much less offensive and much less show power than what Fury did to Deontay Wilder. Wilder was still on his damn feet. White was separated from his senses when he got stopped by AJ and Povetkin. And that's a huge difference, man. Dillian White will get his ass knocked out by Deontay Wilder. Bruce Goes, what's good with you? I'm convinced of it. Don't even talk about my guy Fury. He'll play with Dillian White in that ring. Virgil Ortiz is a very explosive fighter. Indeed, he is. Nothing much speaking about sports talk. Jerome Boots Anus. Moving it. Jerome Boots Anus. Oh, boy. That's priceless. Conor Ben knocks out Virgil and Boots on the same night. Yeah. Ben Askren, you on some serious drugs, boy. I done seen these comments you put in. You on some serious drugs. Did you just get exposed by man, whatever, bro. My monster, that shit, look, all you gotta do is look at the date and then go look at the date of the exact freaking when he really put that video up, he knows his sports, bro. That was when they was in talks of the damn fight. The fight was mentioned. Manny Pacquiao was old. Keith Thurman won the fight with Lopez. I was like, I don't know, Manny probably too old. And then I went back and looked at that fight with Josecito Lopez. I was like, hell nah, man. Keith Thurman gonna lose that fight. But then, like, just 2 or 3 days later, all you gotta do is go to Corey Lee channel. That's the dumb shit. Like, you a monster. Y'all super trolls, Samuel. You could go find. That's like taking something out of context and not. You go to Corey Lee channel like 2 or 3 days later on the shit. I looked at the fight. You gotta do film study. That's why you and Monster don't get these fights right, because y'all don't do no film study. Angel in the building. What's good with you? LT Douglas Allen. That's why y'all ducking the prediction league, because y'all don't know how to predict these fights. So y'all just keep being chat warriors, you and Boxing Monster, and keep ducking the prediction league, talking shit like y'all know about boxing, man. Y'all don't know about this stuff, man. If Spence beats Bud retires, someone else needs it. Yeah. Conor Ben put Spence in a body bag, yeah. Yeah, I'm big on Conor Ben. Conor Ben should fight David Avenesian. That's what he should really do. Forget about Brook and Conor. I mean, I know he want that fight because of money. He should fight David Avenesian. Nick Harmon in the building. What's good? What's good with you? Shadow Boxing said Ortiz versus Ennis is the fight for sure. That's what I think, Shadow Boxing. Ortiz versus Ennis. That's what I think. I wouldn't mind seeing Boots versus Broner. I don't want to see Broner get beat up by Boots, because that's all that will happen. Boots versus Lipin Yates would be a better fight than Boots versus Broner. Boots versus Broner, Joshua. 31 in the chat. Smash the like button on the way in. Appreciate you. Boots put his style on Broner. Be savage. Yeah. Boots will beat Broner up. I don't think that's I don't see much interest in that fight. Yeah, you and Boxing Monster trolls, man. Y'all chat warriors, Samuel, on Boxing Monster. Y'all trolls. The community. Y'all the community troll. The community super chat warriors. Black and Brown, what's good? Yes, sir. Back in the building. Hey, Black and Brown, come up here, man. Give me your thoughts on these divisions right quick. I want to see what you think on them, bro. Conor Ben beats Ortiz and Porter. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, Jay Cooley, Ben Askren said it as well. He said the same thing. I think it's a little soon to make that assessment. I would like to see him in a couple more fights, couple of tougher fights. But not out of the realm of possibility, Jay Cooley. You know why? Because here's what I tell people about Jerron in his boots and Virgil Ortiz. You can't sit up here and say it's out of the realm of possibility that Conor Ben beats these guys when with Boots Ennis merely beating a Sergey Lipinets, you already have him beating Spence and Crawford. That's the same type of foolishness. So if you're going to have that idea, then you got to accept that there's a chance that Conor Ben beats Boots Ennis. So I'm not saying that there's no chance. I would give him the same chance to beat those guys as I would give those guys to beat Spencer Crawford. I don't think they're ready yet, and I think they need a couple of more fights, which I think Conor Ben may be a couple of fights behind them. You know, he need a couple of, he's a little green, man. Remember, he don't have the younger experiences they do, Jay Cooley. Conor Ben's raw. He started late. He wasn't boxing through all the nationals and all of that stuff like they were. Conor didn't do all of that. He need to pick up a little bit more experience. What up, Black and Brown? And as Conor will put Virgil and Ortiz in the body bag inside 3 rounds. Yeah. Even if he was to get a stoppage, it definitely wouldn't be inside 3 rounds. Not with either one of those guys. Mikey Garcia raising his hands at the end of every lose. Oh man, black and brown, big up. Virgil Ortiz is not beating Nigel Benn's son. He's too green. No, it's Nigel Benn's son that's too green, you idiot. He's not fought anybody. Virgil's already fought Orozco or Solomon. Vargas just fought Hooker. What are you talking about, man? Virgil Ortiz is. Oh, I just read that foolishness. Jay Cooley, what's up? What's up? All right, everybody shouting, everybody. Jose Benavidez, yeah, he definitely had a mobility issue in that fight. That's for sure. He had a bit of a mobility issue. He said, "I got Crawford by UD." Yeah. Crawford by unanimous decision is a surefire pick because he'll definitely win the fight. Stoppage is what the question is. I think that's the thing. Can he stop these guys? Can he stop a Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, Errol Spence, Manny Pacquiao? Maybe Manny Pacquiao. I think he got the best chance to stop Manny, to tell you the truth. Some people would think Danny Garcia because he's less of a boxer, but Danny Garcia, Errol Spence, and Sean Porter just have these diamond chins. Manny has a rough chin himself, but Manny chin's been cracked. One, it's already been cracked. Number two, Manny's chin got a whole lot of wear and tear on it. So, yeah, I think he would stop Manny first. I couldn't really imagine. I have to see him stop. Manny, I think, would be the first to get stopped by Crawford. Then Danny, because of his lack of boxing acumen, I would have to see him stop Porter or Spence. I'm not even sure. I don't think he stops him. And with Spence, I don't even think he beats them. So, nah. Crawford is not a southpaw. He's an orthodox boxer that can fight southpaw. He's absolutely not a southpaw. Man, I was hoping Brook went the distance with Bud. Even if he lost the decision, people wouldn't call him. Yeah, but Brook wasn't going to make the distance with Terrence Crawford. Even though it ended when it did, he wasn't going to make the distance with Terrence Crawford. Hell no. What's up, GH?
What's up, fam?
What's good? My fighting style's orthodox. Ball hype, you can't fight, man. Yeah. I don't want to see you in the ring, ball hype. This crazy shit you be saying, I don't believe you, man. Your fighting style is orthodox. Your fighting style. Who you got at top 3 guys at 147, GH?
I'm going to go Spence. I'm going to go Crawford. And I'm going to do Porter.
All right. Yeah. That's the same thing. Same 3 I had. If Spence moved up to 147, who do you think would take over that division in the next few years?
Boots. Boots is coming up, man. He scares me.
Yeah, I think it could be Boots too, because I think in like a year or two, Virgil moves to 154 before Boots, because he's already been hovering at 147, and they've been talking about moving anyway. And I think Boots can make the weight longer than Virgil can.
I agree.
So I would go with Boots too. I would definitely say Boots would, because Terrence Crawford days are numbered, man. Really, he's like he waiting for the Spence fight. Crawford's 34. I don't know what these people think. All of this moving up to 154, Jazz. Man, look, you don't start moving up to another weight class this late in your career. The most dangerous weight class. Again, like, Crawford's good in this era, but he ain't no fucking Tommy Hearns or no shit like that, bro. I don't see him moving up to 154 and having but so much success at this juncture in his career. He getting a little bit too old. He getting a little older. So, yeah, I just can't see it, man. I can't see it. Danny Garcia would be top welterweight 10 to 15 years ago. 10 or 15 years ago, Danny Garcia would have got the snot beat out of him at welterweight. And then you got to think about this too. 15 years ago, if Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao was in this sport beating that, man, those two guys would have beat the living shit out of all of these guys. Floyd and Manny back then was too much for all of these guys. Even y'all's beloved Crawford. Crawford wouldn't have been able to deal with Manny Pacquiao or Spence back then. No way, no day. No, Nick, I don't agree with that. Danny Garcia 15 years ago at welterweight, Nick, please. Danny Garcia and that no-look punch at 15 years ago, man, he would have got his ass whippeth. If Errol is smart, he would give Bud a rematch if he wins the fight somewhat competitive. Nope. Ain't no rematch. He'll give him a rematch at 54. I wouldn't mind seeing Joyce versus Wilder. I wouldn't mind seeing that after he beat up Usyk. Not before he fight Usyk. I think this is a good fight for him. Usyk. Damn, Crawford only have 7 times and 4 years experience. Yeah. Oh, he only did that 7 times in 4 years? Wilder, Valine. Yeah, that's a good fight. That's a good shout there. Otto Violin and Wilder. I think Wilder sleeps Otto Violin, but he'll give Wilder a lot to think about. Give Wilder some issues. Joshua Littlejohn, that'd be interesting. I got White sleeping Wilder. Yeah, I would have to see that one. Shadow boxing. White has only been KO'd by uppercuts. Punch Wilder doesn't throw. Yeah, but he still leaves himself open. He's been hit with straights. He's been hit with straights. He's been hit with straights by slower, shorter, stubbier punches, namely Derek Chisora. Hit him with straights. This is Wilder, who's lengthier, taller, and faster than Derek Chisora. So just because he hadn't been knocked out by that, that's not those guys' best punch. Povetkin's best punch is the hook, actually, the left hook, not even the uppercut. That happens to be AJ's best punch is the mid-range uppercut. But that's not even Wilder's punch. Wilder's punch is the right hand. So, although he's been knocked down by those uppercuts, has he defended the right hand? Has he been accustomed to defending the right hand? Answer to that's probably no. You know what I mean? Probably no, my friend. Shadow boxing, good point. I've never seen Wilder throw one. Yeah. And most people ain't used to seeing him put somebody down with a hook, but he damn sure caught Fury with that hook after that right hand, didn't he? Hunter about to embarrass Hergovich. Yeah, right. Philippe Hergovich gonna beat Michael Hunter up, man. That's what's gonna happen there. He gonna beat Michael Hunter up. Mark Boxio. Nah, you don't call in, bro. You just click this link. Click this link right here. That link I just put in the chat. Click that link, and then it'll tell you to enter, and then that's how you go from there. I'll let you in. Ball Hype 147. Who you got?
Yo, what's up, D? Hey, good show today.
What up?
147. Man.
Ball Hype, you went off. Boots Fondora would be a good shout, Kwame. That would be a good shout. Ball Hype, you broke out.
Still got me?
Yeah, you back now. Nobody, we ain't hear nothing you said, fam.
Crawford Spence 1-2. I mean, that's what most people would say. It's a toss-up between the two of them. For me, I would slightly edge Errol Spence just for activity and resume. But I think Terrence Crawford has a better skill set of the two. I just think Errol Spence has a little bit more of that dog. And I think when you put two very, very closely matched guys together, that's what makes the difference is that dog, that hunger, that fire within in the belly that takes you through to sweat it out, to find any way by any means possible to get the victory. And I see that in Errol Spence, and I respect that about him. But I've got to be real, man. If you want to talk about hunger, Virgil Ortiz, I think, is the guy. I think he's the guy that's going to take over this division and dominate for a long, long time. Now, I understand Jaron Boots Ennis has a lot of hype behind him, and I'll admit I like Jaron Boots Ennis, but I'm asking all the fans out there, all the listeners, all of these fans, everyone out there, man, please, please, please don't overhype Jaron Boots Ennis. Don't let him get a big head because then he will
It's too
never get a
late.
fight. No, 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 no,
It's too
no, no,
late.
no.
These motherfuckers have already overhyped Jerron in his
No, no,
boots.
no,
It's
no, no.
already too late.
Because then he'll turn into Devin Haney and we'll never see him in a real fight. He'll get a big head. He'll never
That's
match up.
not
The
true.
best thing,
That's not
the
true.
best,
It's,
the
that's
best
not true.
thing for
That's
Jerron,
individuality, fam.
the best thing
That's
for Jerron Boots
individuality.
Ennis. Just be quiet. Just be humble. Don't say I'm in the top 3. Just say I'm building. Do not get a big head too early because that is gonna put a ceiling on your career, my man. You've got an excellent floor. We know how good you are on your worst day, but we don't know how good you can be on your best day. And I think you could be an all-time great, Boots, but just don't get a big head, please. And these fans, please don't overhype Boots Ennis, please. I know you
No,
want a
no.
hero.
It's
I
all right.
know you want a
All right,
hero.
all right,
I
all right,
know you
all
want
right.
to.
Take a breath. Take a breath. First off, it's a fine line between these fighters can't sit back and say nothing. Talking shit is the fight game. That's a part of the fight game. So you can ask any of these fighters to sit back, but so much. But Jerron in his boots has to be verbal. He has to be brash. This is what we want from our fighters. That exuberates confidence, you know. So it's a fine line. He can't sit back and be quiet. There's going to be other guys out there talking shit about him. So this is the fight game. They talk shit in UFC, boxing. This is what they do.
Let your boxing do the talking, man. Let your boxing do the
But with
talking.
fans, no, 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 no. Everybody can talk a little trash. When it comes to the fans and if they're gonna super fighters' heads up, that's all about the individual. That don't really have shit to do with the fans. You know how many Crawford fanatics out here? There's absolute idiots. They didn't soup his head up. Look at Pacquiao fans. They're absolute idiots. A lot of Pacquiao fans. They didn't soup his head up. But Wilder fans, he allowed them to soup his head up. You know.
Bro, I'm already hearing Duran Boots Ennis is the next great. He's the
So
top.
what?
What
So what? So what?
he
It doesn't matter. People
if
say
he starts
that Crawford
believing that
is better than. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about hype. It's still individual. Just
you
because
gotta
fans are
stay
saying
hungry, man.
something.
You gotta stay hungry.
No. Well, that's what. That goes for all fighters. All fighters need to keep that thirst, keep that hunger. That goes for all of them, and they don't do it. So, but I
That's
don't
why I
think
have Virgil
the fans
Ortiz number
cry.
1. That's why I
No,
have Virgil
Virgil
Ortiz
Ortiz. No,
over Spence
that's
and Crawford.
yeah. That's foolishness.
That's the hunger,
That's
man. It's
pure
that dog.
foolishness. No, no, no. The hunger doesn't make you number one. There's a lot of fighters that's hungry that go in the ring and get knocked the fuck out. So having hunger doesn't make you number one. What you do in the ring, what you accomplish, the guys you beat, the level of competition you face, all of those things will contribute to making you number one, not just because you're hungry. A lot of young fighters, Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, and so forth, they had that same hunger earlier on. But even as famous quote goes, it's pretty hard to get up early in the morning when you're sleeping on satin sheets. You know, so that changes. The hunger and desire a lot of time is to get to that pinnacle spot, to get that title, to get the money. But when you get there, is the question. And that is where the mental takes over because people say all of this nonsense they want to say about Canelo Alvarez, all of the crying they do about Canelo setting up fights, but he's fighting. And look at how often he's fighting. And then when you talk about hunger and desire, just because he's not fighting the guys you want him to fight doesn't mean that Canelo's not out here still accomplishing. He's in lieu and accomplishing 4-belt undisputed on top of everything else that he's already accomplished. So again, there is a guy who has a lot of idiotic absolutely idiotic, ignorant ass fans behind him. Canelo does, right? They say the craziest things, like he's better than uh a lot of these all-time greats. He'll, beat the hell out of Bivol, which I think people have lost their mind when they say that, right? So fans are gonna say crazy things. Did it change Canelo's mindset? He
Oh,
lost to Floyd.
Ruiz, you saw that flash when on the second rematch on the rematch with Anthony Joshua, man, he lost that hunger. I mean, he was
That
fit.
had
He was
nothing to do with fans, though. That had nothing to do with fans. That was all about Ruiz and the lack of discipline. That had absolutely nothing to do with fans. That's why I said I was going on your statements. I only go on the statements that you make up here. The shit that happened with Andy Ruiz, we can all agree on that. But even Andy Ruiz came out and said, I didn't take it seriously. It didn't have nothing to do with fans souping him up. Had nothing to do with that. It had to do with the lack of discipline, which is part of the reason why he got with Reynoso, because Reynoso is all about discipline. He's all
Yeah,
about
but I just
discipline,
don't
which is
want
what
I don't
Andy
want
Ruiz
Boots
needed.
Ennis. I don't want Boots Ennis to turn into Boo Boo Andrade and Devin Haney, where we never know how good they are because they never get a fight. They can't really be challenged. If we start souping these guys up and saying they're pound for pound and they're the best in the division and they're the next great this or that, these guys are going to start believing it, man. They're going to start
No,
believing the
that's
hype.
not
I
true.
don't.
You keep saying that. I don't know why you keep saying that over and over and over again. That's not true, bro. I don't know why you keep saying just because fans. I keep telling you this over and over again. Just because fans start hollering out ignorant shit, that doesn't mean at any level that a guy is gonna start believing it. It just means that there's a possibility, but that same possibility runs with any young fighter that's doing well. Jared Anderson is doing well right now. Edgar Berlanga has got a crazy amount of hype around him. What if he starts believing it? You never know, is what I'm telling you about hype. You know how many of these young fighters right now have all of this associated hype surrounding them? Look at Berlanga. Look at the damn hype he has around him. He
But
has
what did
just
Sean
as much
Porter
hype
did?
going
Didn't
behind him than as Boots has going behind him.
did Sean
This
Porter
17
say?
knockouts and all of that shit.
Did Sean Porter say Boots Ennis is the young Roy Jones? Did he say that? Did he really say that on his podcast?
I don't know. I don't know. He could have said something like that.
So
I
now it's not
mean,
just the fans, it's your peers, it's the guys in the
I,
industry.
I
They're
don't
saying
I
this
don't
as
know if
well.
he said that. I don't know if he said that. I can't quote him on saying that or can't take it as if it's valid because I'm not sure if Sean Porter said that or not. I have
And
no
Sean
clue.
Porter is basically saying that he doesn't think he would. It's definitely not an easy victory for him to beat him, and he doesn't even know if he could beat him. In fact, so he's almost saying that
Well,
Boots Ennis is
put the
ranked
link
above
up, bro.
me.
Put the link up, or unless that's other than that, that's just hearsay. I mean, you
All
can't.
right, give me a second.
I didn't hear. Yeah, get that link up. If we can't be putting words in Sean Porter's mouth now. I don't. That ain't how we do it over here. But anyway, Puerto Rican Ron, what's good? Let me slide down, guys. I already know I'm way behind. Mark Boxio in the building. What's up? TMF, what's good with you, brother? Been a while. He said Figueroa would be a good step up for these prospects. True, true. Crawford acts as southpaw, right-handed southpaw. Yeah. Crawford is broke. Nah, bro. Where you get all of this from? I don't care about his money anyway. If he broke, that should give him more hunger to get in the ring. I don't really care if he broke or not. White slows after 3, big time. Yeah, White does slow down. I don't. Again, man, White has gas in this. He beat an old man in Povetkin. I ain't gonna put him all up over that, man. White's still who he is. Ball drop. I don't know. That's way behind. I don't know. I got Spence, Crawford, Thurman. For now, Boots, Ortiz are coming up though. Yeah, facts. Angel said Jerron needs to be more animated, talk more shit. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that didn't work too good for Terrence Crawford. Colonel Sanders, what's good? Mini Max boxing in the building. What's good, Mini Max? Can this guy let D talk? No, He does it often. He's finding something right now. That's why I could get some off. Rod Salka was hungry against Danny Garcia. Yeah, exactly. He was hungry. He was hungry as hell. All the Manny Max got knocked the fuck out. Ruiz was hungry and didn't help him in the Joshua rematch. Yeah, he was hungry metaphorically and literally shadow boxing. Jerron Ennis needs a heel character if you says the heel character if you play. Playing that fake nice guy shit ain't gonna get you paid. Yeah. Once the Charlos figured that out, they blew up as far as popularity. Yeah. Yeah. Warp Speed, what's up? You gotta have some type of character, bro. You do. People want to be entertained. That's the problem. Nick Harmon, he on that BS, that bullshit.
Well, like you said, you made an excellent point. Sorry to cut you off there, idea. I just got to get this out. You made an excellent point. You said it's hard to wake up in the morning and still put in that work when you're putting on,
When
satin
you
sheets
sleeping
and
on satin sheets.
yeah. And so the question I have for you is, how do you keep that same hunger? Because I see you with the silk robe, and your channel is popping right now. How do you keep that same hunger?
Because I don't give a shit about money. Whether I have a lot or not. The thing is this, I changed my mentality on money, which I just started changing the channel art on my other channel and stuff. I'm going to start getting back to the power of the mind and spiritual talks and things like that. But you change your perspective on money, and then you take power away from the ego. See, a lot of people are ego driven, and the ego will never allow you to be satisfied. If you allow the ego, if you allow your life to be led by your ego, then you'll never be satisfied. And that's what's wrong with a lot of people. They're never satisfied because they allow the ego to control their life. Want. I want this. I want this. And most of the things that people want, they don't need it. They don't need it. Then when you build this desire of all these materialistic things you want, then you need money to acquire these things. So then the thirst and the desire for money kicks in because you feel like all of these things that you want, desire, if you have enough money, then anything you want, desire, you can buy. The problem is you're wanting and desiring too many things. Why is it that you're making $50,000 to $100,000 a year, but your desires of that of $100 million? That means you're desiring things that you really can't acquire or that you don't have the funds to acquire. So it's you
But isn't it good
change.
to aspire to something, to work
Yeah,
and build towards
yeah,
something?
yeah. Aspirations and gluttony is different. When you start wanting a lot of things you don't need, that's gluttony. So aspirations and gluttony is different. And gluttonous is something else that's led by the ego because these are things that you don't necessarily need. You just want them. You want them, and most of the time people want them is because media, some form of media tells them this is what they need to have. Like the fancy cars in the house and the Dolce Gabbana and the Yves Saint Laurent and Louis and Gucci and shit like that, right? You don't need $7,000 jeans. Who needs $7,000 jeans? People just want that. All you need is some jeans to cover your damn legs. That's all you need. You don't need 20 outfits. It's only 7 days in a week. You have laundromats. You only really need 7 good outfits. You don't need 50 pair of shoes. A good pair of running shoes, dress shoes, and a pair of boots and work shoes. You're good. 4 pair of shoes. So again, do you need a Bentley? Or could you do with a Honda Civic? Let's be honest about it. So the ego, and people allow their ego to run their lives, to make their decisions, to tell them what it is that they want. Well, if you become more appreciative and have gratitude for the things you have, right? Appreciate the things you have. Appreciate that car. Appreciate that apartment, that townhouse, that small house, the tiny house, the trailer home, or appreciate your house. This is the thing. This is where
That's right,
people
man. That's
go
that's
wrong.
right.
This is where people go wrong. Let me catch this super chat real quick. Nick Harmer, appreciate you. Support the channel however you can. Even if it's thumbs up. Exactly. Especially if it's thumbs up. Smash that thumbs up for me. Share if you got social media for you. Appreciate you with the super chat, Nick Harmer. Go ahead. Go ahead, Ball Hype.
I'm just saying, like, a lot of us are into boxing not because we make money out of it, right? I think the problem is when these fighters like Adrian Broner and some of these other guys, when they start fighting because they need the money from it, when that becomes their only way of really getting the bag, once boxing becomes this sort of job that you need to do because you need to get money, and you lose it, you lose the passion, you lose what brought you to the sport. That's when I think you start losing that hunger and that drive. And I hope Jerron Boots Ennis does not fall into that trap, because Sean Porter's already calling him a welterweight Roy Jones Jr. Bro, Sean Porter, he's saying this.
What the problem is, and just take it out of the mindset of boxing and look at athletics in general. Um, the issue is that a lot of athletes come from poverty. So not only do they have this mindset that I'm speaking about is something that I've been working on for 13 years now. It didn't happen overnight. 13 years ago, hell, not even 13, 7 years ago, I was in lust of materialistic things like most people. And I've relinquished a lot of that. The majority of it. There are certain things I still want and desire at a certain level that I don't need, but I don't go out to build income or anything to try to acquire these things. I figure that they'll come whenever they come. I do these things. It's called manifestation. So that's a whole nother story, something that we'll get on the other channel, because you can visualize and manifest the things that you want. But before we even go down that rabbit hole, I don't really have this desire for a lot of materialistic things. I was just going to look at this. I'll give an example. So I'm getting ready to sell my car, or probably just get rid of it. I might just keep it for a second car, but I got this Lexus and I had it for a long time, and it's pretty much I need another car. I mean, the car you can't kill a Lexus. They're great cars. You keep the oil change, tune up. They're great cars, but it's old. It's old, and I need to get another vehicle. So I was looking for some vehicles, and I found this 745 this BMW. Appreciate that, G man. Appreciate that hard recoil. And so it's a nice car, you know. It's a really nice car, the BMW. But then I started to think about it. I was talking to the wife, and I was like, man, because I had a 5 Series before. I said, the maintenance on those cars are ridiculous, bro. Freaking headlight costs you $600 to $800. And I was like, we really don't need that. You know what I mean? Because the Lexus is a luxury car, but it's not. It's a different class when it comes to maintenance. When you're talking a Lexus or Audi, BMW, Benz, or something like that, Jaguar, Range Rover, those things are in a higher class of maintenance than lower luxury cars like Infiniti, Lexus, Acuras, shit like that. So uh, I decided not to get it. To make a long story short, I just decided not to get it because it's a nice vehicle, but I don't want it to the detriment of stressing out over money. If a fucking headlight go and you need 8 4, can we afford that? Yeah, but then if something else go or you need to do maintenance, those type of cars is like $1,450 a year basic maintenance. So if something happens and you can't afford this, you are automatically stressing yourself because you've purchased something that is really costly to repair. Why? Because you said, "Oh, I want it. That car looks nice." But is that car gonna do me any better than the GS 350? So if I go get a Lexus GS 350, which I like the Lexus, that's what I've had a lot. The maintenance is like 65% less on the Lexus. It's a nice luxury car. Hell, is it any different? At the end of the day, is it any different if I'm driving a Lexus or if I'm driving a 745 or a 750 BM? No, the only difference is what people see me in. Well, I don't really give two shits about what people see me in. You know, it's about having. So I decided not to get it. And that's how you control the ego. Because the ego will tell you that you want, oh, look at that BMW. People gonna be like, ooh, he got a BMW, and oh, D's got a nice car. So it's all about filling that ego. That's why you're getting these freaking things that you really don't need. My wife and I don't really need a car with a maintenance expense that high, you know. If you are going to get a BMW, well, why don't you get the 5 Series? Why you got to get the 7 Series? You cause yourself, or get the 3 Series. Oh, the 3 Series is too small. That doesn't make a big statement when you get the 3 Series. So people do that because of ego. They get the S600 bins instead of getting the C class, right? Come on, man, it's ridiculous, and it's just these commercials and these movie stars and these, you know, hip hop artists, Hollywood, that make you think that you need this. Look at these women out here with all of these fake boobs and tits and shit like that. What are they telling the young women out here? Well, this is what it takes to be beautiful, and people fall for that. And then their ego tells them, this is what I want. That's what makes me beautiful. Well, how you gonna allow somebody on television, Megan Thee Stallion or freaking Cardi B or one of them, to tell you what makes you beautiful? No, that shit comes from within, man. We have to control our minds, because once we get trapped up into all of this stuff, this is when the stress builds up. The stress builds up because you can't give your daughter that or your son that, or you can't get this for yourself. Now you want all of this money. You work in a job you hate. You hardly see your family because you're working freaking 80, 90 hours a week. You don't get to spend time with them. You're stressed out of your fucking mind chasing all of this stuff because your ego tells you you need to have that so that you look good. When at the end of the day, you don't have to give two shits about how anybody thinks you look. You can drive that goddamn Nissan Versa, save yourself on gas, you know, take your daughters to the you take your sons and your daughters to amusement parks and trips because you're not spending $800 a month on car insurance and car note. You're only spending $270 on car insurance and car note. You can enjoy family. You can enjoy life. But people don't do that. They allow their ego to tell them what they want, and then they come up short. They come up short month after month. You know how many people in this country are making six and seven figures and still living month to month? That's absolutely ridiculous. They're making 6 and 7 figures, yet they're still living month to month. You know why? Because they have a $20 million home. They have Bentleys and Rolls Royces and all of this, and they need to continue to make that money to pay off that. This is why athletes go broke, fam. Because they built this cost of living, all the jewels and all of that stuff. And then at the end of the career, I don't know who this is, but check this out. I'm going to give you a quick timeout. There you go. So now who's shutting up? How about that one? Now who's shutting up? This is my channel. I talk about what I want to talk about. You don't like it, you can click out. So it look like you shutting up now. So you shut up for about 5 minutes and listen. Or you can just get the hell out of here. Either way. So back to what I was saying. Um, and then again, this is what the other channel is gonna be about. You know what I mean? This is what the other channel is gonna be about. Um, Getting back to the power of the mind topics, because we used to do this all the time, guys, and it's all kind of stuff that people allow. Look, politics, bro. What's going on in the governments of the world? People allow that to stress them. Relationships, people allow that to stress them. You know, like I said, status and money, how much you're earning and what you have, people allow that to stress them. So many things in this world that people allow to stress them. And what is the number one killer in this world? Stress. Stress is literally the number. So if stress was the number one killer in the world, wouldn't it be
Facts.
advantageous to be as least stressed as possible? That would be the goal, right? If stress is the number one killer, wouldn't it be advantageous to all of us to do everything we can to not be stressed? Well, it starts with controlling your fucking ego. Can guarantee you, when you learn to lead life and pluck that ego off the shoulder and say, shut the fuck up. Yeah, it looks good, but I don't need that. When you learn to do that, then you relinquish a lot of stress in your life.
A lot of people
You
think
know,
money will solve that issue for stress for them. They're stressed because they don't have enough money. If they had the money, they wouldn't be stressed. That's what they think.
for sure. For sure. And it's really backwards. Because for as many people as you've grown up with, your friends, your family members, you know, you have these rich families where money goes throughout the families, money for that means a lot of their family members are wealthy and they're well off. But when you from the ghetto and the hood, a lot of so are your cousins and your immediate family. So when you acquire all of this money, when you have people with their hands out, which also leads to another stress because people don't have the goal to say no. So they allow people that still has less than they have. They didn't, come into fortunes. They didn't play athletics or win the lottery or, dedicate themselves to build a big business. And then so the family and friends around you, they cause an associated stress. Stress is stress, man. Stress kills. And it's the ego that will prevent you from saying no. People say, well, how will your ego prevent you from saying no? Because it's all about how people perceive you. That's the ego telling you, oh, well, you can't tell them no because then people going to think you disrespected your brother, or people going to think you didn't take care of your little sister, or people don't think you didn't appreciate your mom after all she's done for you. It's what people think. Well, pluck that ego off your shoulder and say, hell to the fuck no. What I'm going to do is set my brother and sister up. Let's start a business together. I'm not just going to go hand them $50,000. It's not going to do anything for them. If I hand them $50,000 just because I won $2 million and I just give them $50,000, the only thing they're going to do is blow it off and be broke 3 months later. They don't know how to manage money. So instead of worrying about what the fuck people think, saying, damn, you won $2 million and you can't even give your brother 50,000. No, but I will take 80,000 and start a business with my brother. That way, win, lose, or draw, we can start something that can make money, and then he don't have to lean on me 2 years from now. Because if I give him this $50,000 and the cocksucker don't know how to manage money, then he's gonna blow through that $50,000 like it's no tomorrow, and you'll be giving him another $50,000 2 months later. But the whole reason you gave him the $50,000 is because people think you not remembering where you came from. People think you shitting on your brother. Stop worrying about what people think. That's the ego. The ego is telling you have to satisfy the outside influence. Life is built on the outside influence. Like I just said, the social media platforms and the media platforms and Hollywood and music and entertainment in general tell you how to look, tell you how to dress, tell you what to wear, tell you what car to drive, what type of home to buy, what trips to take. When the fuck is this free will kicking? What you want to do? A lot of people get these jobs and they don't even want the job. They get into these jobs, oh, that job going to pay me $180,000 a year. And they get the job and they hate the job. They're making $180,000 a year, but you got that job because you was running after that money. You never went and got that job for what you want to do. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. So, hey, old block boxing. Understand this right quick, bro. The first time I timed you out, I don't even know if you're new to this channel or you're just coming over here, but I'll explain the rules to you. You talk about what the fuck I want to talk about, or mainly boxing. Just stay on the topic. All of that nonsense you talking about, punching in the mouth and all of that, I don't care about any of that. But that's just going to get you blocked off my channel. So you could talk about staying stress free. You could talk about boxing. Or once again, you can get the hell out of here. Because if you waited 5 minutes to say that, then you must have waited 5 minutes to be this close to being blocked off this channel. Because I don't give two shits whether you're here or not if you're not going to be talking about what we talking about. Period. I don't care. Stress, don't believe in it. First step to never feeling it. Stress is a man-made construction. Okay. Is feeling good or panic, impatient, no faith. Stress can easily be eradicated. Look, real talk, rolling with punches, because it's mental. It can be eradicated. You don't need no freaking medications. You don't need any of that. It can absolutely be eradicated. It's a mental thing. It's about your perspective. People get so stressed over things they don't need to be stressed about. And first and foremost, it comes from controlling your ego, man. Control the ego. And you will relinquish your stress by 80% or more, I promise you. Just merely by learning to control your ego. That's how it will go, bro.
I hope Boots
That's
and
why I can
Lynch is
sit up here
listening to
yelling
this, man.
everything.
I hope Boots is listening to what you're saying right now, man.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, look, man. Joshua Fury.
I dropped you the link in the private chat also.
What was that? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna check that out. With Sean Porter. Is that his podcast?
Yeah, on YouTube.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna cook on this Joshua Fury thing some more, cause I went kind of left there with that. But said respect the wrench and speak your mind. Appreciate you, G man. Appreciate you, brother. So okay, so the heavyweight division, man, because we went on Crawford and Spence. I want to talk about the heavyweight division some more. We didn't get into that in real depth. We touched on it a little bit. Joshua and Fury, in my opinion, number one and number two. If Fury wins that fight, I got Fury at number one. So if he left the heavyweight division, Joshua was young, bro. I mean, literally, he's pretty much taking over the division now. So if Fury left, what would really stop, right? Because he's got all of the belts besides the WBC belt, right? So it would clearly have to be Joshua. The real question would be if both of them left for some reason. Then that would be the interesting. Who would take the division in? Because I think if either Joshua or Fury are there, they're the number one guy. If they're both there, consensus-wise, they're number one and two. So we would have to, which would be the only division we've done this in, we would have to remove both of those guys. We would really have to remove Joshua and Fury out the equation. And then we ask that question, and that's when it becomes interesting. Who takes over? Is it Joe George, Philippe Hergovich, Alexander Usyk? You know, Dillian White, does he finally take over? I wouldn't say Deontay because he's 34, 35 years old. He's all on his way out of the mind, man. Rolling with Thunder said, learn patience, have faith, don't panic, speak your mind. Yep, unspoken and the thoughts of conflict lead to self-killing. Yeah, feeling, yeah, for real. You're always in conflict with yourself, that's for sure. That's for sure. Respect the rich, speak your mind. He said, he can't wait to hear these standalone mind. Oh, yeah. Power of the mind, I'm bringing it back, G-Man. I have some, G-Man, if you go to my playlist, I actually have some Power of the Mind. I need to reconstruct my playlist, but I actually have Power of the Mind all in the playlist when I used to do it. A whole bunch of them, bro. A whole bunch of them. We've done a whole lot of them, and they talk. We start talking on any topic, G-Man, but I always bring it to the mindset because I don't believe anybody, and I love to talk about this stuff, bro, even more than sports because I believe it really helps people. My goal at any level is to help people, bro. At any level, is always to help people however I can. And so these power of mind topics, G man, I feel like they can really help people because people are stressed and they don't even have to be. And I think that a lot of people don't understand what or how what they can do or how they can get out of feeling so stressed. And it all starts with perspective and your mind state. You know, I think that definitely helps people. I've helped a lot of people. I've gotten DMs and everything. I help people in relationships just simply by changing your mindset. The mind is everything. And what people tend to forget is that we control our minds. And outside of the physical, outside of anybody coming and like punching you in your face or kicking you or shooting you or stabbing you or something, no one can really do anything to you. People get mad because they choose to get mad. It's just that simple. If somebody say, D, you're a cocksucking loser, or like the dude O Block was just coming through here. He was saying I didn't get angry. I'm just like, O Block, look, this is what we do here. It's no need for me to blow up and get angry and get mad because he's coming to the channel. First off, I don't know the name, so he's new. So it was no need for me to get negative and angry and start yelling because that's a form of stress. So I just told him, look, you can keep saying that stuff, but now you shut up. Now, am I happy or am I mad? I thought it was actually comical that he told me to shut up, but he had to shut up. So find comedy in something that would generally make you angry. What happens there when you do that? Now you have a positive emotion, right? That just took over that situation because you found comedy in something that would usually make you angry. Now you're laughing at it. And then so you cannot sincerely laugh and be angry. When you're laughing in that moment, you're happy. Happiness doesn't lead to stress, but anger, frustration, aggravation does lead to stress. So it's up to us if we're going to be stressful or not. This is why I don't let a lot of people around the YTB stress me. D, did you see that video he made about you? Oh, I don't give a shit. That's cool. I thought it was funny. I gave it a likes up. Why am I going to sit at home being mad about Wood Stay Real made a video about me? Precise Fight Fan TV made a video about me. Why would I spend my day being upset about that? That's stress, anger, frustration, sadness, depression, aggravation. These are all negative emotions. These are all stressful emotions. And it tears you down, bro. Have you ever noticed like a day that you're pissed off with a lot of people, you angry, you come home and when you lay down, you just flop down on the couch and you flop in the bed like, oh, man, I had a long day. And it's not like you may have not even done a lot of things extremely physical. It's just you've been in that mind state. Either somebody had you pissed off, one of those days where you spiral down. And at the end of that day, you're so fucking drained, feel like you ran 20 miles, right? I know everybody has probably been through a day like that. That's what stress does to you. You didn't have to go lift weights. You didn't have to go run 20 miles. But just because you was running around all day in a negative state of mind, you were either angry or worried about something, but you were in a negative state of mind, you come home and you feel totally obliterated. Just all energy wiped out of you. That's what stress does to you. Imagine living 50 years of life like that, stressed day after day after day. Do you know what that's doing to your body? You know what that's doing to your body? You take the word disease, okay? You dissect the word disease. Dis-ease. Dis-ease. A body at dis-ease. That's not at ease. It heightens illnesses, sicknesses, ailments when your body is stressed like that. The effect on those things are tenfold when your body is stressed like that because your body is at dis-ease. That stress causes and leads to death from disease, dis-ease, fam. So you have to keep your body and your mind at ease, which would knock out disease. Literally. You could kill most of the disease with your mind because you stop them from ever taking over, ever progressing in your body. When you're sitting here stressed every day, you're worried about this, you're pissed off about that, you're mad about this, you're sad about that. You're living a life of stress, man. Not happy. Laugh a lot, bro. Let somebody call you an idiot. I say you idiot because I think it's funny. Call me an idiot back. I'll laugh at you. It's funny, bro. Let's have fun with this. Yeah. So I'll try again, man, because I keep going back to the damn stressing and all of that. But Fury and Joshua, we take them out, man. Look, y'all want me to tell you who I think could take this division over? It's two people, but I gotta give one. But it's two people that I think that could take the heavyweight division over. Joe Joyce is one, but he's so old. which is why I'm going to lean on this other guy. Joe Joyce, I think could. I think he can beat most of these guys, but he's so old. The same thing with Usyk. I think he's good and he can beat a lot of these guys, but he's so old. Jared Anderson. This young guy, Jared Anderson. I think he's showing the talent. If they keep moving him up the right way, I think that this is the guy who could take over the heavyweight division. I like Fabio. I like Dubois. I like Jalalov. Philippe Hergovich is my guy. I like a lot of these guys. Michael Hunter even. But Jared Anderson looks like the strongest, one of the strongest American prospects in general to me. The number one guy would be Keyshawn Davis for sure. I think he's the most promising American prospect at this moment. And then it would be Jared Anderson. And I think he could potentially take over the heavyweight division. Hell, even if Fury or Joshua was around, not right now, but later on down the line, I could see him being at that caliber and eventually taking out guys like that. Because this kid is doing a lot early on, Jared Anderson. However, I don't have him in the top 3. So if we went traditionally like we did with the other weight classes, I have Tyson Fury as my top heavyweight. And then so I would have to go with Joshua, right? If we go from one of those guys. But I'll sneak Jared Anderson up in there. I would sneak Jared Anderson up in there. Keep a sharp eye out on Jared Anderson. What do you think, Ball Hype? Who is your top guy at the heavyweight division?
I've got to go with my guy Anthony Joshua. I think he's just. I mean, he's a once in a generational type of fighter. I mean, he's the complete package. Smart, articulate, seems to take care of things, take care of business outside of the ring as well as inside of the ring. Never having any issues or problems with this guy. Great role model for kids to look up to. I'm going with Anthony Joshua, and right behind Anthony Joshua, I've got Andy Ruiz. And Andy Ruiz, I go back and forth with him. Sometimes he pisses me the heck off because I see the undisciplinedness. I see all the stereotypes that some of these, these American-born, I'll just say Hispanic fighters, because, to be fair, that's part of my lineage, so I do get a pass for calling that out. Some of these guys, man, they have it too easy and they lose the hunger. They forget what it's like breaking their back and putting on their boots and their work helmet and putting in that work, man. They get too infatuated with wearing slides and taking selfies and riding in Bentleys and all that other stuff. So I need Andy Ruiz. Okay, I need Andy Ruiz to stay hungry and to get back to where he could be, which is the world champion, heavyweight world champion. And number 3, I'm gonna go ahead and put Tyson Fury on there. I would love it to be Wilder because I'm more of a fan of Wilder, but you got to give respect to Tyson Fury. He beat Wilder pretty convincingly, so I'll put Fury number 3. Now Jared Anderson, some of these other guys, please educate me on them because I am looking for someone in the heavyweight division who I can start tracking and following for the number of years now. I know who the top guys are, but I'd love for you to start hyping up some of these mid-tier guys.
Well, Michael Hunter, I think shows a lot of promise. Like I was saying too, Philippe Hergovich is another guy that I believe Ball Hype shows a lot of promise at the heavyweight division. Like there are some guys that's on the come up at Jared Anderson. I'm most pleased with Jared Anderson right now. At the heavyweight division, guys like Luis Ortiz, he's old. So I couldn't put him in there. And like the same thing with Wilder, like to take over, even Joseph Parker is getting a little long in the tooth. We could look at Frank Sanchez. Frank Sanchez could be a guy that could potentially take over because he has an upside to him.
I like that.
Evgeny Romanov could be a guy. There are guys that I have in front of him. F.A. Jogba looked pretty damn good in this last fight with Ryan Howard. So he's a guy because he's at the age where these are all guys that could potentially, at one point, Tony Yoka, Tony Yoka has some flaws and things right now, but he could improve. He could get better. He's a young guy. Otto Valine is pretty solid right now as we speak. So it's a lot of promise in the heavyweight division, man. I tell you, boxing is back because you got the older guys like Derek Chisora, uh, like Kubrat Pulev, like I said, Luis Ortiz, Alexander
Dillian White.
Perfection, Dillian White, Wilder, and these guys is getting a little longer in the tooth. But when you look at the mid tier guys, like you were saying, and the guys that's coming up, the Michael Hunters and the Philippe Hergovich, Hilly Zhang's in there, Tony Yoka, F.A. Jagba, Ajit Kabayel, and Frank Sanchez, and these guys, Jalalov coming out of the amateurs here soon. I would suppose after Olympics, some people had their eyes on Mike Coffey. It's a lot of talent spread out, spread around that's going to keep us going after these guys leave.
That's
In
what's
my
up.
opinion,
That's what's up.
you know.
That's what's up. Hey D, thank you for letting me bolt onto the scene here and drop a couple lightning bolts on you guys. Some of my thoughts, charge up the spot, hype it up a little bit. I appreciate that. I'm gonna continue to tune in. I got to run off to my next thing, but shout out to you. Shout out to everyone on the chat. Keep doing your thing, D. We're supporting you. We're behind you. Okay, even if we don't have the money, even if we're unemployed, even if we don't have a nickel to our name, we're still going to support you any way we can, okay?
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. What's up? What's up, Tay? Appreciate you sliding through. My man said great points. The immune system is dysfunctional and those oh yeah. I'm behind as usual. Well yeah. Tay, what you said, I got a heavyweight coming up for you. American, bro. What's his name, Tay? What's his name? I'm damn sure gonna take a look at him, bro. Cause right now I'm on my prospect thing right now, Tay, where I'm looking at a lot of prospects. I'm gonna keep some in the cut right now. Andy Cruz. I've been running around, start telling people about Andy Cruz. The prospects that I'm speaking about right now, Tay, the most. And actually, I'm gonna add one to the list. But Andy Cruz, I'm definitely speaking about him right now, and I'm getting ready to start pushing him. Jared Anderson, I've been speaking about him. Keyshawn Davis, straight out of VA, that's my homeboy. So definitely got to talk about Keyshawn Davis. Who I said? Andy Cruz, Keyshawn Davis, Jared Anderson. And Floyd Schofield, Kid Austin. I've been on him, man. These kids right here, these four right here. I'm telling y'all now, boy, all of these guys might be future stars in this sport. Future stars in this sport. Jared Anderson, Floyd Schofield, Andy Cruz, which a lot of you people don't know about Andy Cruz yet, but you get ready to find out. He get ready to hit the American scene. He's Cuban, and he's getting ready to come over at an early age, which is something that a lot of Cubans are not afforded. But Andy Cruz is going to land over here. But Andy Cruz, Keyshawn Davis, Jared Anderson, and Floyd Schofield, man, y'all watch out, bro. Watch out. Telling you, what's up, Tay? What's up, dog?
Good with it, bro.
Hey, man, congratulations on your last joint, bro.
Oh yeah, man, I appreciate that, bro. Yeah.
Congratulations on that, bro. I know you've been waiting to get back in that ring, bro. Be somebody
Yeah.
in the damn head.
Yeah. I definitely enjoyed that night, even though it was only 2 minutes and 48 seconds, but I definitely enjoyed it.
Hey, bro. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. You ain't in there to be in there forever if you don't have to be, bro. You know what I mean?
Right,
You gotta take care of business, dog.
right. So I'll be back in there in June. You know what I'm saying? So I can't wait for that one either.
Yeah. I'll watch that one. I'll be watching you. I'm gonna watch every one of your fucking fights, fam. You know what I mean? But look, let me ask you this: what's this kid name you talked about?
Oh, his name is Dakari Scott.
I'm getting ready to write that down now. I'm definitely gonna check him out, Tay, because I'm looking for like next good prospects, dog, and hopefully we can get on to them early and keep them hungry, and we don't deal with all this diva shit. Because man, a lot of these younger prospects letting me down, bro. I had high hopes for all of them,
Like
all of them.
this
Shakur,
kid right here, this kid right here, he trained by my trainer Mustafa. You probably seen him on Instagram, Mustafa Boxing, and
yeah, for sure, for sure.
and Matt Truck, like he one of them kids, like he went to the the Nationals. Matter of fact, he was the run up in the Nationals. Well, I think last time they had it when he was 2 years ago when he went away, I believe it was, or a year and a half a change ago. But he
Right.
he 5-0. He 5-0 as a pro now. You know what I'm saying?
What weight
He
he in?
knocked off. He's a heavyweight.
Oh, word?
Yeah, he a heavyweight. Now it's crazy go because he's a short stature heavyweight. He will remind you of Andrew Ruiz, but they almost got almost the same similar skill set. But he's much quicker, bigger, well, much quicker, stronger, and definitely probably hit harder than Andy Ruiz.
He faster than Andy?
Yeah, real talk, bro. Real talk.
Oh
Real
my
shit.
God! Yeah, I gotta look at this
Yeah,
kid,
real
bro.
talk.
Dakari Scott, you said?
Yeah, for real, bro. Real talk.
Yeah, I'm gonna check him out for sure.
And
Dakari
that's why I was
Scott.
like, when I hear, when I talk about hear about like the upcoming heavyweights, I'm like, yo, y'all, cause like, dog, cause he got like a old school style skill set. You know what I'm saying? So,
All right.
most people blocking with their arms and things of that nature, but he's parrying it. He's parrying your right hand with a 4-1 parry. Like shit, crazy. Nigga got crazy skills, bro.
Wow. Wow. You seen
Yeah, yeah.
Jared, right?
Jared Anderson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen him. I like him.
Yeah, that
I
kid
like
look
him.
good too, bro. That kid look good too, man. And he's got that big frame. Cause look, he ain't even finished growing yet, fam.
You see,
He
it
just
was
turned
talks
21.
about Jared Anderson and Dakari Scott fighting each other in the amateurs, but it never happened. But they beat the same people. You know what I'm saying? Coming up.
Mm, mm.
Jared Anderson went pro when it was after the national. I think either the nationals before or the same nationals that they were at.
Right.
I'm not sure exactly how it went, but I think Jerry Anderson might have went pro right before that national that he went to, or however it went. But definitely, bro, they was talking about fighting each other. Like definitely, that was like a worldwide thing.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, I gotta see this kid. They got some footage on him on
He
Daily
probably
Motion on YouTube
he,
or
he probably got some on him. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I definitely, our coach definitely be having everything, all of us posted on his page. You know what I'm saying? But he probably do.
what's his page? He got a YouTube page or IG or what? Your
A who
coach.
page? My coach? No, he got his
Yeah.
IG page is Mustafa's Boxing.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to follow him for sure. Cause I wanna see, bro. Like I said, I'm on the hunt for prospects, bro. I'm tired of talking about these guys that just letting us down, bro. Like, I like
I,
these guys early on, but then I can't. Like, I'm one that ain't gonna keep supporting the bullshit, fam. I ain't gonna keep supporting the bullshit with
man,
anybody.
trust me, bro. I already know, bro. There's so much bullshit going on right now, not just in the heavyweight division, but all the divisions for real, bro.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And it ain't like Mustafa boxing. There you go. It's not like I'm one of these guys where you know I'm blaming the fighters because I blame the fighters last. If
Right.
you just listen to me, like I'm one of the guys that really like to blame the fighters last. I might go off at these goddamn fans. Now, when fighters come out and say something, then I'm gonna hold them to the fire of what they say. But man, most of these fights not happening is these fucking greedy ass promoters, bro. And they
Oh
and the
yeah, of
suits
course.
behind it, the promoters and these freaking sanctioning bodies and the suits behind it. That's why most of these fights ain't happening. Fans want to point fingers and say, "Oh, this guy ducked or that guy ducked." Man, please, it's all about money. Somewhere behind all of these fights not happening, it's all about money. Just like that Crawford Spence shit I was telling people yesterday. What really happened with that fight is Bob Arum and Al Heyman in conjunction marinated that fight right into a fucking pandemic. So they was marinating the fight. It went into the damn pandemic, which held it off for another year and a half. That's what's really going on with this Crawford and Spence fight. They marinated that shit right into a pandemic, and there's no way Bob nor Al was going to give any of these goddamn fans that fight without fans being in this stand. So they marinated that shit right into a pandemic. But fans don't want to hear that. They want to blame Spence or they want to blame Crawford. It ain't
Of
their
course,
fault for real.
of
It
course,
ain't.
bro. It's the men in the suits. Believe that. Believe
All
that,
day
bro.
long, fam. All day long. So it is what it is. I just
I
go
mean, because
along
you
with
got to
the
think
flow.
about it, bro. You got to think about it. Like most of these guys done already fought each other in the amateurs. So why the fuck wouldn't they fight in the pros? Like, it ain't like they scared of each other. They don't already fought each other. You see what I'm saying?
Right. They're not afraid to punch each other in the face, bro.
Exactly, and that's what I
They're
be
not
hating about.
afraid.
That's what I be hating with the fans. Be, oh, he's scary. Man, nobody's scared, bro. Like, they're fighters. That's what they do for a living. You know what I'm saying? So like, nobody's scared. It's just about making the shit happen.
You know what's funny, Tay? Is like, okay, so a lot of boxing fans, like a lot of boxing fans been around the streets or from that element or whatever, right? And
Right.
they know, like most of these men, they know when it come to cats in the street, shit, I ain't scared of no nigga in the street. I'll punch a nigga in the face. But at the same time, you think a guy that fights for a living is afraid. You out here, like I'm only 5'6". I don't give a fuck who the man is. I punch a nigga in the face. I mean, I'm a man like he a man, he can bleed, right? So
Right.
if you have that mentality as a fan, you think these guys just fighting for a living are afraid to punch somebody in the face? It don't make sense. Like this is what
Right.
they do for a living. They fight for a living. So if you're not afraid of the next man, what make you think they're afraid of the next man? They fight for a living, fam.
Right.
That shit don't make sense to me. So it
Man,
is
that's
what it is, bro.
Yeah, that's what they do, bro. It's shit. This pandemic, man, got everybody fucked up though. But I believe that the promoters saw this as a time to make their money back from all the losses they've been taking.
Damn right, man. What fans don't understand is like while they sitting here giving y'all the woe is me, they making a killing off that bubble shit. Cause they don't have to pay nothing out and they making all that extra. Oh, we don't have fans just killing us. No, it ain't, bro. They making a killing off this. They capitalizing off of the bubble situation. And the fans just don't see it, how these suits are capitalizing off of this. We're not getting everything we want, but they're making extra money during this period, bro. It's not all this lost shit. They filling slots with these networks with bullshit fights, and they getting away with it because they're using the pandemic. Well, that deal's already been done, and they filling those slots, so they're getting their money, right? But fans
Right.
don't know about all that, though. They don't know about all that.
For
Yeah,
real.
I mean, they don't know about all that, fam. But look, who are their top three guys at 147, Tay? Who you think
God,
the top three guys are?
at 47 right now,
Mm-hmm.
I must say I like Boots Ennis. I definitely like what I've saw, but
Mm-hmm.
I think he has to be tested better than the Sergey Lipinets,
Facts.
if that makes sense.
No, that's what I've been saying. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I think, but now the flashes that I've seen from the skill level, fuck,
Right.
man. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I like him,
He
but
got he got some
outside of
skills with him, bro. He's got some
out,
skills with him.
yeah, hell yeah. I'll say he's honorable mention until I see him fight one of them top not heavyweights, but one of them top guys in the division. So I'll definitely go and say Bud, Earl, and who would be my third? Hmm. Damn, that third gonna be a
I got
nail.
a whole lot of Sean Porter
Yeah,
and
you got to say Sean though.
Sean
You got to.
Pacquiao and I think a couple of people even said Keith, but those were the three names I was getting for that number three. Most people was like Spencer and Crawford for sure.
Yeah, those two definitely. But I gotta say, what's his name?
Sean
Lil
Porter.
Sean. Yeah, got to. I
Yeah.
mean, he's fought Danny. He's fought Earl. Who else he fought?
He fought
He,
them all. He fought Keith. He fought you guys. He fought like more
yeah, that's what I'm
people
saying.
than
So
anybody at
yeah, yeah.
welterweight. You know what I mean?
I mean, shit.
Yeah,
At
I
one
give
thing for
Sean
sure.
was my guy too.
Yeah, shit. I like the. I mean, some people don't like the way he fight, whatever, but I like it. You know what I'm saying? Because you
Right.
can't. I mean, shit. He might lose a fight, but shit, he gonna make that fight ugly as hell too.
Nobody watched Sean Porter.
Oh
Kell
no,
Brook
no, no.
beat Sean Porter probably more convincingly, like as far as a wider scorecard than anyone. But
Right.
nobody has watched this dude. Nobody.
No.
Nobody's watched him. Nobody's stopped him. Like that dude is, to me, Sean Porter and Errol Spence are the most durable guys at 147. As
Bro,
far as durability, those two the most durable guys at 147.
I agree, but I think that Sean, when he fought Kell Brook, I think that loss took him up another level for us how he performs in the ring. Because I went back and look at
Uh-huh.
all his after that, bro. After that, bro, it was like the determination and the will just went off the charts since then.
I agree, bro. I agree, and he's one of the fighters now. Like when you hear people talk about Keith Thurman, right? You hear people talk
Right.
about Danny Garcia, Terrence Crawford, even, and Errol Spence, especially after the accident. Sean Porter is one of the welterweights that you don't hear too much about a decline. You don't hear people talking about a decline in Sean Porter. You've heard it with Terrence Crawford, where he's getting a little older now. He ain't getting no better. With Manny Pacquiao, they talk about the decline. With Keith Thurman, forget about it. He stayed injured. And with Spence in the accident, you hear about him not being what he used to be and all of this. You don't hear that about Sean Porter. You don't hear Sean
No, you
Porter on
don't.
the decline. Sean Porter hey, that dude is official, man. Sean is
Right.
official.
Now I do.
Tony. Oh, go
I
ahead, go ahead.
do. I was gonna say now I do think it was pretty impressive for Earl to do what he did coming back off the car accident though.
Fucking right, bro. Fucking
That
right.
shit was impressive.
It
It
was
was
it was
impressive.
Tony, because this is why, Tony. You don't have to validate Danny Garcia, and some people don't. The problem is, even if you say, okay, you don't give Danny Garcia for being credit top 5, right? You can't put him no lower than 7 or 8. And the fact is, Spence still came off of that car accident and took, at least you can say, Tony, one of the top 10. Even if you don't put Danny in the realm of being one of the, Spence could have came and took a light touch, a tune-up. He could have literally did that. Would have been no problem with that coming off that, but he took, by your assessment, Tony, at least one of the top 10 and Danny Garcia. So that's impressive. That is impressive to take that caliber opponent coming off that type of crash.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, yeah, bro. I was highly impressed. I was highly impressed, bro. You know what though? My eyes ain't really set on the 147 division though, bro. My eyes really been moving around in the 154 division.
Yeah, yeah, man. Hey, somebody just sent me now Carpenter, right? I'm getting ready to send them because I just got a DM. Somebody just sent me the DM talking about Carpenter said that the deal was done, but we don't believe in Carpenter around here. But my idea is my idea is this. I don't see the PBC allowing Jamel not to get that fight with Castano. Why would they? So I don't care when it's announced. That fight is the fight we're going to get. So Carpenter just came out and said the deal is done. They just waiting on a venue, and which could be true because I see no reason for this fight not to happen at all. No reason. And Jamel gonna fucking be 4-belt undisputed.
Yeah, man, I like fucking Jamel, bro. It's tough.
As nails, bro. Both of them Charlos. That's one thing these Charlos don't get credit for. Their chins. Both of them dudes got some good chins, bro. Both of them.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, they
I
do.
done seen them dudes get rocked and they just bounce back. They're like, okay, yeah, you got me. And they come right back, bro. Them dudes got some good chins, both Charlos. And I don't see Brian Castano beating Jamel because that ain't no damn Patrick Teixeira. That's the thing. Like when he hit Patrick Teixeira with some of those shots, he got Patrick Teixeira's attention and had Patrick Teixeira react in a different way. He gonna hit Jamel with one of those shots, and it ain't gonna do nothing but piss Jamel off, and he gonna come back stronger. He ain't gonna act. He gonna react in a different way, but it's gonna be more whooping for that ass on Castano.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm trying to tell you, bro.
For
Jamel coming
sure.
back harder once he hit him. If he hit him good before he get knocked out, because when we talk about power, man, please, Castano don't got more power than Mel. Mel gonna stop him, bro. Mel gonna
Right.
stop him. I'm thinking like round 8, he gonna put Castano away.
Yeah, I think so too, man. I like them, but man, that 154 division is just packed. Golly, bro.
Yeah,
I
man.
mean, anybody liable to lose against the top 3 to down to the top 5, top 6.
Yeah, yeah. And one of the good boxers just left, even though Laura a little older, he went up to 160. He was in the mix too. Because he could beat someone like J Rock and Rosario. Laura could have beat them too. So that division was kind of spread up, bro, like wide open and stuff.
Laura
You
went
know?
up to 160.
Yeah, well, Laura's up at 160. He get ready to fight. I keep forgetting the guy's name. He get ready to have a fight. His next fight is at 160.
Damn, he's not even that big though.
I don't even understand the move, bro. He was the IBO. He is the IBO champ. I don't know if he dumped the belt or not, but he the IBO champ. Not like that belt is huge, but whatever. Hey Tony, what do you think about 147, Tony? Top three guys at 147.
Can you hear me talking?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, I'm on my long distance driving car because I'm out of town, so I had to do the old school. Had to do the old school through the tape deck versus the Bluetooth like in my other vehicle. So,
all
you can hear me, it's all good.
No, we can hear you.
I wanted to say something though before I get into that. So you said that you get sick and tired of people saying that fighters are scared of other fighters, and I agree with you, but I also disagree. So, it sounded like the other dude said he's fought. I don't know if he's professional, amateur, whatever.
No, Tay fights. He's a boxer. He just had a fight.
Yeah, I said I don't know if he's a professional or amateur fighter on what level he's at. I just heard him mention that he had a fight.
He had the big boy level, goddammit.
All right, so he's professional. So this is what I was going to say. So he knows like me. Like I've been in plenty of gyms around plenty of world champions, and I agree with you with the fact of nobody's scared to fight nobody in the sense of getting their ass whooped. Nobody's scared to get in there. Anybody will mix it up with anybody without fear. Where I feel like the fear factor comes in isn't, am I going to get fucked up? Am I going to lose this fight? It's the question of, if I do lose this fight, then I lose all this money. That's the problem, because in boxing nowadays, a loss, you can have a good fight and lose, but it affects your pockets. So people are more hesitant to take risks nowadays because people look at O's as such a big deal, whereas before they did not. So I think people are more or less scared to lose money than they are to fight people. That's where I think the fear comes from.
I agree with that, Tony. Like to lose their belt or to lose, like you said, lose that O, the O must not go, or lose their stock because they on the road. I agree that there's reservations for them losing the fight because of that, but that's not what these dumbass fans talking about, bro. They're not talking about that logic. They calling them pussies and suckers and all of that. They talking about these men scared to get in the ring and fight, bro. That's what I'm talking about. The logic that you talking about, yeah, I get that. But do you hear these dumb fucks, Tony? You hear them out here. They're not talking about they talking about like they talk about Spence now. Oh, Spence bitch made. He bitch made. He on that bitch shit. He's scared. He don't want blood. They're not talking about what you're talking about. They saying he's scared to fight the man. Which is absolutely ridiculous, dog.
That's why I agree with you. I don't think anybody who's ever fought, and I won't say anybody who's ever fought, but anybody who's had at least a deep amateur background in any type of fighting, whether it be cage fighting, boxing ring, professional fighting, you're not going to be scared of no fucking body. Like, I'm removed out of boxing for about 5 years now, and if Anthony Joshua ran up on me, I would fight him. Just because when you've been in that many fights, you train for that long, fear is not in your mind. Like you said, even you, who's not an amateur or professional fighter, you would still fight somebody. And it's just, you either have that mentality or you don't. But anybody who's made it far in boxing is not made it there being scared. So it's a dumb argument.
Yeah. Oh, Tay, I want to tell you something, especially since Tony Reviews is here. Tony gonna like this one, Tay. Tay, next time you talk to Deontay Wilder, right? Tell him I said this specifically. Get on the ball, because I want you to get that fight with Dillian White so you can knock his ass, slam the fuck out.
Don't get knocked the fuck out.
Tell him I said that, Tay, because I said that. I'm glad Tony here, because this is a Dillian White fan. I ain't never been convinced that Dillian White would beat Deontay Wilder. I don't care about nothing. And I've been saying this. This ain't no Dillian White hate, because this is consistency. I've never been convinced that dude could beat Deontay Wilder. You got all of these people talking this shit about Deontay retired and all of this, retired or whatever. Man, go beat up Charles or Robert or whoever and tell him, don't take Ruiz. please take Dillian White. I'm begging him. Take Dillian White because I know you're knocked it and knock him slam out so I can tease the hell out of this nigga on the panel right here. When
But guess what,
Deontay
though?
Wilder
hold
knocked
on,
that
hold on,
goddamn Dillian White out.
Dito. Let's keep it 100 though. Let's keep it consistent though. Hold on. Just so you know, when you tell Deontay that, I've been saying this before Deontay Wilder even lost. So that's not like something I said because he
No,
lost
yeah,
to
it's no
Tyson
hate. That's
Fury.
why I
I've
told him
been
it's no
saying it
hate.
for a very
It's no
long
hate.
time now.
Yeah, that's true. This dude, that's why I said it's no hate. It's
Yeah.
no hate either way
So
because he even think that Dillian White will beat Tyson Fury too. That's how Dillian White crazy
Oh,
is.
nah,
So I
nah.
really want Deontay Wilder to sleep this dude.
not crazy at all.
Sleep him.
I just mean, me looking at it, I just think that Dillian White's too slow. But
I'm
even with
telling
that
you,
being said, though,
and
even,
he defensively irresponsible, bro. That right hand
right,
gonna find a home right on that damn
But
chin and sleep that motherfucker,
yeah,
bro.
early and often.
Yeah.
so this is how I look at it. Okay, speed advantage definitely goes to Deontay Wilder. Now, what D's not telling you is I'm not Dillian White nuts. I'm not crazy because before Povetkin
No,
knocked him
I'm
out.
trolling,
Wait,
bro. I'm
I know, but he don't know me, so I'm telling him. Before Povetkin knocked Dillian White out, I even made a video about that. About he better be very fucking careful because this is dangerous, and he could very well get ended up knocked out by an uppercut. And lo and behold, he got knocked the fuck out by an uppercut. So like when I do these, I don't do it because I like somebody. I do it because of what I see. But just look at this. However, he has a very good ability to stay on top of people. So once the gap is closed, people don't get away from him. Anthony Joshua couldn't get away from him. Povetkin couldn't get away from him. Parker couldn't get away from him. No boxer who's ever fought him has been able to get away from him once he gets close. He's very good at angles and cutting off the ring. Now, Deontay Wilder's best punch is a straight. Dillian White's never been hurt by a straight. There's only one punch that's hurt him, that stopped him or dropped him. That's the uppercut. I don't really count the Parker fight because he was like exhausted. So when he fell, it really wasn't a punch that dropped him, but it was exhaustion. But every punch we've ever seen hurt him, whether it be AJ, Rivas, or Povetkin, was all an uppercut. He's been hit by plenty of straights, never slowed down. So Deontay Wilder, I've never really seen him throw a good uppercut. So the one punch that he's most vulnerable to, Deontay Wilder doesn't do that well, especially when he's in tight quarters. So I think White has a very good shot at beating him, if not knocking him out.
Oh, so let me counterpunch that. Well, my thing to that is you're absolutely right when Dillian White gets in close. But all of those fighters that you just named, none of those fighters are very athletic. All those fighters that you just named are very robotic.
Well, I don't know if I would consider Joseph Parker robotic because he does tend to move around a lot.
But he's slow.
He's not as fast as Deontay Wilder, but
hell no.
But
And he's not as fast as Fury.
wait. But
all right, go ahead, Tony. Go ahead.
He's much. Joseph Parker is much better at lateral movements than Deontay Wilder is. Deontay Wilder is extremely fast. Like when he comes straight at you in a line, it's like a sprinter coming off the blocks. When he backs up, he's fast, but he doesn't show the best movement going side to side. And Joseph Parker has very good lateral movement, which is why I say he's not very robotic because he's not straight up and down and can't move side to side.
Okay.
Yeah, hey, real quick, guys. Gabe, appreciate you, Gabe, with that super chat. Gabe sent me the super chat through the Cash App. Appreciate that, Gabe. Yeah, but
hold on,
Tony,
D, hold on. Where do you box out of? What state?
Atlanta.
So you in Georgia? You where I'm at? We in the same state.
Yeah, I'm in Atlanta. Come to the gym.
I'm in Atlanta too.
Come over to the gym. We off Glenwood Road.
What's the name of the gym?
Grindhouse. Coach Mustafa. You can find him on Instagram on Coach Mustafa Boxing.
I'll look it up, bro.
For sure.
Go ahead, man. My bad.
Yeah, no. That's good stuff, bro. That's good stuff. Y'all need to get up. What weight you at, Tony?
I'm currently at 205.
Oh, all right.
Well, we got some
Like,
heavy in the gym. Shit.
That's
It definitely
that's a
won't be
little bit.
me.
Yeah, I know. Tay like my size, goddamn, a little bit thicker, but you know what I mean. We ain't fucking with no 205 guys.
Right, right, right.
well. First off, I would never like go to somebody's gym and try to like do something more than what I should. You know what I mean? I wouldn't go there to try to knock anybody out if we were sparring in the first place, because
Right.
that's bullshit. I don't even know you like that, so I wouldn't try to come at you like that.
Right.
Secondly, who knows? You might dance around circles around my big ass, because I've been removed out of the ring for 5 years. So, ring rust a motherfucker. And if I can't react by the time you react, then that weight, that size means nothing.
Tony,
Absolutely nothing.
what's your height, Tony?
5'10", 11, maybe 5'11",
Ah,
5'10".
I'll box your ass. Fuck that, bro. See, this the thing. This the thing with me. Like, if you one of those guys like 6'2",
Nah.
6, like I know my limits, right? But 5'10", shit, man. I done beat niggas in the pen up taller and bigger than you. I'll box your ass, dog. I'm a little dude too. I'll box your ass.
No, it ain't that, bro. Ever since I stopped playing college football, like I lost a lot of weight. So like me sparring big motherfuckers, man, that shit dead now, bro. Hell no. You know
What's
what I'm
your weight
saying?
class?
I did spar big motherfuckers, saying get ready for this last fight. That was just to get my aggression back, you know what I'm saying? Because I had been out on the surgery, whatever. But now, shit, now that I'm back on weight, nah, hell nah, fuck that. I'm good.
How
What's
much?
the biggest you
How much
sparred
you weigh?
before, Tay?
Say what again?
Well, he said what weight class you fighting in.
40 and 35.
Yeah,
Okay.
I actually, what was the biggest you ever sparred?
The biggest I ever sparred was like 78.
Damn, bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's good shit though, to be at 135 spot that big. That's crazy,
Yeah,
dog.
because you
Well,
know what I'm saying. Like I say, it was I played college football, so of course you know what I'm saying. Like I was big at one point, but not no more, bro. Like I can't. Nah, I'm straight. I can't do that no more.
How tall are you?
5'8".
Okay. You about my height.
Shit,
2 inches.
me.
2 inches.
We about
Damn.
the same height. There ain't much difference.
Well, I
Yeah,
ain't your height. You got me by 4 inches. And I still potentially go up in there and get knocked out. I'm one of them dudes that don't give a fuck, dog. I go up in it. I go up in there. You know what I mean? I mean, shit. You know what? Out of all the fights I've been into, I've never been knocked out. I've never been knocked. My little ass never been knocked out, and I've been hit pretty good, bro. I never been knocked out though.
I
man.
mean, in my entire life, I've never been knocked out, but I was knocked loopy once. But it was I mean, I still beat the dude's ass. But the
Oh
only
yeah.
reason why, no. The only reason why I was knocked loopy was this was way back though, when I was much younger in high school. I was sitting in a chair and Buddy came over the top and just hit me. I didn't know who the
Oh
fuck he
yeah.
was. I didn't know why the fuck I was hit. All I know is I got hit. I was on the floor and then I was on my feet dragging his ass.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Cheap shots don't count, fam. I fucking
yeah,
cheap
but
shot.
no,
You ain't
no,
catch
it,
you with
it
a cheap
don't.
shot. I don't count that, bro.
But I'm gonna tell you though, for that moment that I was falling out that chair to the ground, I was seeing fucking birdies. I had no idea what the fuck
Oh
just popped
yeah.
me.
Yeah. Well, Tony, I ain't say I had never been knocked like you say loopy. That would be telling a goddamn lie. Oh, that done happen plenty of time. I done lost count how many times that happened. I'm
Yeah,
just
shit.
saying.
I think that shit happen to everybody for real.
Hell yeah, dog.
Get
I
above
lost.
us now, shit.
Hell yeah, I done lost count how many times that happened, my nigga. All the street fights I've been into, Tony, we used to go to the club every Thursday through Sunday just to fight, my nigga. I lost count. So I done been knocked, as you say, loopy. God knows, way more than that. Years I've been on this earth, I've been knocked loopy, but I ain't never been knocked out, though. They ain't take me on the whole ride. I just say that much. And that's good for a dude that's 5'6". At the most I was like 165. That's good for a guy like me, bro. I ain't never been knocked out.
you know, the you know, there's always that first time I could, you know, invite you to the knockout club.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Always the first time for everything, man. Hey, bro, I'm getting ready to get up on. Hey, Tay, man, appreciate you jumping on, bro. Giving your thoughts on everything, and good luck to you, bro. You know, keep me posted. I'm gonna follow you on Mustafa, man. Always follow your fights, bro. Good luck to you and all your endeavors, bro. We really appreciate you, dog.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and Tony, always a pleasure, bro. Appreciate you coming on, chopping it up with me. But I gotta get out of here. I need to go smoke some weed and get me something to eat. And y'all know how I always in this thing. For the love of sports, let's talk about it. Peace.
Peace.